Ahoy, I'm the comic hunter, also known as just Hunter.
Hello there. I'm History of the Flash, but you could call me JD.
I'm Tyler. I guess you probably follow me as Comic Boy.
I'm Harper, also known as Harper.
And this is a hero story, a comic book podcast where we talk all things comics. On this week's episode, we'll be going over the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer news. Frank Castle is spotted on the set of Daredevil. We're going to be going over all the Geiger and Ghost Machine books that came out this week. And we have a topic talking about all things modern comics. What are the best modern comics that we just recommend? This is a hero story.
Wow.
That was unreal.
That was good. That was like we practice it.
I didn't
That was
stutter.
good.
I was
People are gonna
afraid
listen
he's like
to
gonna
this
flip
and
like
be
the
like-
reverse of letters or something. Yeah.
Yeah. People are going to listen to that and be like, whoa, that was weirdly professional. What's
Did I
going
click on the
here?"
wrong podcast? No,
Yeah.
guys. It's still a hero story, but JD's dad really smacked us into shape last week
Yeah.
because he said some true things. He said that we put a lot of time into this and we've never really done anything with it. So
5 years.
yeah.
And it's not to say
We're-
that we haven't done anything with the show, because we have done really cool
True.
things. I mean, we interviewed Mark Wade. That was like
That was
still one of the
7
coolest
years
days of my
ago.
life.
That was 7
But
years
that
ago, but it
was-
was also
yeah, that was
the
several
coolest
years
day
ago,
of
and
JD's life.
We've been sort of stagnant since then. So this is the all new, all different hero story, soft relaunch.
Yes, we're gonna requel. Are we requeling? Are we soft rebooting?
It's still
So
probably
it's
going to
like
be,
a
this is still like
That
episode
does
260.
that does actually raise that does raise an important question though. What should the thumbnail be?
Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy. Turn off the podcast. We're starting over.
Start again.
We hope to be a bit more professional moving forward, because a lot of these podcasts we start as if we're mid conversation, because we are mid conversation.
A lot of the
Or
time,
just sort
yeah.
of wing it and go, yeah. And
Yeah.
like it works sometimes, and sometimes it led to really good things, and sometimes it also just completely burnt out the enthusiasm if it was just like, okay, this is off the rail. Like I find that if a podcast goes off the rails in the first like 20 minutes, I'm like mentally checked out. And yeah, yes, half the time it's me that does it, but still I'm just like, okay, well, this isn't a good one. And because my brain has already gone, it's not a good one, I'm just like, right, time to do the thumbnail, and I'm gone for the rest of the episode. And like,
I
that's
like the
not fun.
sweater.
Thank you. It's Christmas.
I know it's Christmas. I'm just saying. I like the
Right around the
sweater.
corner.
It's right around the corner.
Right
yeah.
around the corner, bro.
Should I break out my sweater? Should I-
This
should I
guy.
break out-
Tyler-
Oh yeah.
Tyler,
Also, audio
underneath-
listeners,
underneath.
JD has a Ghost Machine
I
sweater.
all
support
in.
Marvel.
Ghost
He
Machine.
is
I am
all in.
I am all
I have a
in
Ninja Turtle
on Ghost
sweater.
Machine.
Nice.
I
Nice.
think I've read everything of the Ghost Machine universe so far.
Look
I
at
mean, not
that.
there's that many
How
issues,
how
but-
very little of it. Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like 20 issues, maybe 22 issues.
That's pretty
Can I
good,
can I
honestly.
ask a question? We sort of talked about it in the chat, but are we going to broaden our horizons a bit with our topics and things that we do discuss on this show?
think we
because I
should.
think I think historically we pigeonhole ourselves in a little bit with just talking about comic book related stuff, but like Tales of the Empire looks pretty cool. Just
You
wanna
mean
throw
Tales of the
that out.
Jedi? You fucking idiot.
If
No,
only we
Tales
had
of the
like a
Empire.
Star Wars spin-off
It's called
show.
Tales of the Empire. What are you?
Is it
talking
really
about?
called Tales of the
It's Tales of the Empire? Yeah,
They
That's pretty
changed
cool,
it?
actually.
they changed it.
'Cause
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
villains.
That is cool, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
and this is out of nowhere, right? We didn't know about this at all.
No,
No.
no.
And it's
I
like
love
less than a
being
month
called an
away, right?
I
It's
love being
24th.
called an idiot over a thing that just is true.
Isn't it nice to be
Idiot.
surprised by something? Like, you guys have been sending 10,000 Daredevil Born Again clips, and I haven't watched a single
Yeah.
one because, like, I hate that you guys are like looking at everything in the show. Just wait for it to come out. in the
No,
actual
I
show.
agree. It does suck
Like,
in a sense.
like, isn't
'cause
it
I
nice
wanna
to be surprised? It's so rare nowadays.
It
Isn't
was nice to be
surprised?
surprised about this. Yeah,
Oh,
it looks good. Look at him.
give it to me.
Yeah,
When does this come
Clone
out?
Clone Wars animated Thrawn, like
When does this come out?
May 4th.
May
1
4th,
month.
like a month from now.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
juicy.
dude, I never thought that I would see a Clone
never
Wars
thought
animation
this?
Thrawn. I genuinely never thought it.
Come
Like,
on,
really didn't.
never.
No, I'm dead serious. I really
You
did-
realize
like, I
how
thought they-
long never is?
It's a while, but for me, according to Hunter, something tragic's going to happen to me in September of this year. That's what he said in
Yeah.
the group chat.
2024.
I would have bet that we would have seen Clone Wars Thrawn by September of this year.
What? That's
would have bet that.
outrageous. I
Is that
wouldn't have thought-
outrageous? I don't think
that's
this is outrageous.
I wouldn't
He's
have
the bad
thought that
guy
we
now.
would-
That is a good point. They
That's a
are
good point.
focusing
That's a
on
good
him.
point.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Yeah, I forget about that. He's no longer my niche little fave.
We're getting Morgan Elsbeth lore. Like
Yeah,
this
we
is
are
it.
getting yeah.
My
that is-
favorite
yeah.
character, Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah. I do like that the story of Morgan in these episodes really hinges on, but like, how did she meet Thrawn? Like, if it was
Yeah, it's really just about
her,
Thrawn,
you'd
though.
be like, okay, dude,
Yeah, no, but
Vader,
Thrawn.
Clone Wars animated Vader again. Like, when he showed up at the end of season 7, I oh my god, see, oh, what a time to be alive, bro.
Yeah, what a time to be alive, 2020. Yeah,
Like, I just
famously a
had the
good
big
time.
monkey and the big lizard running side to side, and now.
Mhm.
But
Now
yeah,
we've got
like,
this.
I think we're all good talking Star Wars on the show. I mean, last week we talked Godzilla and Kong. The week before that,
I mean,
Tyler and I
remember
talked about
when we reviewed
Ghostbusters.
Barbie and Oppenheimer? Like,
We are
True.
broadening out, but there definitely was a period of time where it was like, oh no, if
It's
it's not
forbidden.
yeah,
specifically comic
it's for
book
Star
related.
Wars story. Yeah,
How dare
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
we'll never do
mention-
another episode of a Star Wars story. Let's be real, guys.
unless there's a Patreon.
We could talk about that later,
There's
though.
been some discussions.
Maybe not. But yeah, I guess we're kind of gonna do this into segments. So we have like the intro, which I guess we kind of just did, but then we're gonna do news, topic, comics, and then whatever we want for the outro. But
And the topic for this week is, I feel like we should probably say up the top.
He said it already.
I said it.
Oh, what?
He did say it.
Did he? When
Yeah.
did he say it?
Did you
He
not
said
listen
it.
to the
Show?
intro?
Yeah, you weren't listening to the intro clearly. Gosh,
Guys,
this
I've
guy.
made a severe and continuous
already
lapse
checked
in my-
out.
He's
Let's start
already done.
again.
Okay.
On the top, boys.
What the hell?
News,
Ahoy.
though, right?
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, news. So we have I guess we'll start with the first bit of news that came out this week, which was Punisher on set of Daredevil, which Shady is
Oh.
avoiding.
Listen,
But,
I'm just saying, like, there have been. I feel like you guys have sent so many links to like various like things.
Sometimes I just wake up
and some
and
of
it's
them
just
are
a
kind of
million
bigger
them.
things. Like some of it's
Yeah.
not just like a picture from the set. Like it's like, didn't you guys see Punisher like actually kill someone or something like
Yeah.
that?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
we did.
Like,
yeah, we did.
I
Yeah,
didn't
we
think
Yeah,
that.
we
I just
did.
want to see that in the
The
show.
way JD's saying that makes it sound like he was like the cameras weren't rolling.
Yeah, like-
did you see the
like-
Punisher actually kill someone?
Johnny Berthenol was just off like walking down the sidewalk and bam.
Yeah, the
you
intern
know.
was
Yeah.
walking with the coffees.
Yeah.
But okay, but what do you think though of the set photo? Like, okay, they're doing the plot line where it's cops in New York with the Punisher logo that Punisher does not.
It's cold
Condone.
north too, eh?
Is it Cold North? Like
It
confirmed,
is.
like
That's
it's Cold
That's
North.
That's confirmed
interesting.
because I know you
That's-
said that, but
Interesting.
That's
That is
interesting.
weird.
that's like literally
I
the opposite
hope-
of his character.
I hope
But
he's
it's,
undercover.
It's two things, right? So it's basically there's a patch that they're wearing that says Cape Killers, right?
Yeah, or it
And-
says vigilante something. Here,
Yeah, like a task force, probably
Task
made
force,
by Fisk,
yeah.
right? And it could even be that Fisk is like making them wear the Punisher logo intentionally because he's trying to take that brand or whatever.
Oh,
But-
God, he would do that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think it's interesting, definitely, that this is the direction for the show, though. Like, I think it's good to get ahead of that for the
Yeah.
Punisher.
Their patch
Mm.
says anti-vigilante task force, New York City Mayor Fisk.
Okay, then there you go. Never mind. Exactly that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting that this is the direction they go with the Punisher, because I think, at least I was afraid that they were not going to really do anything interesting with him and he was just going to
I
show up
fe-
and shoot people.
Yeah, I feel like they had to do this. Like, this
Yeah.
feels like the only thing you can really do.
Because
They're
the
actually,
Punisher,
like, giving him a purpose to be in the show instead of be like, hey,
Yeah.
remember this guy? And he's like there for 2 episodes.
and it could say something interesting. Like, a lot of the issue with a lot of these Disney Plus shows is they don't say anything interesting, like, but you
Mm.
think about something like The Boys, where The Boys is like stupid as fuck, but think about how much it tries to say.
It
You
does
know?
say a lot.
Yeah, and so I think it's
lot.
interesting to make points, to make a show where it's just like, no, we don't like this thing that's actually happening in the real world, so like we're gonna talk about it with the character that it's predicated on. I cannot
Yes.
believe in my life how many Punisher stickers I see on cars,
Oh,
or like
everywhere.
Punisher, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Punisher, but like there's a red, white, and blue through it. And I'm just like, that's not really what he's about, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just
He's a
it's
patriot.
cringe. It's cringe.
A friend of
see
mine
it
was
with, like,
actually
sports
considering getting
teams.
that tattooed, and I said, absolutely not.
Absolutely. Yeah,
No,
get the
do
fuck
not.
out of here.
And
That's-
Hunter could speak as someone with stupid tattoos that don't do
Yeah.
it.
Do not get a
If you
Punisher.
seek his monument,
American
look around you.
It's the Punisher logo.
Yeah, can you imagine it wasn't the Superman logo? It was the Punisher
But
logo.
you
on
look
his
around
tattoo.
you, you'll see
That would
it.
go kind of hard, actually.
What do you see more often, the Punisher logo or Superman's? Probably Superman's, but
No, I
Superman,
probably see
yeah.
more Punisher
I was
logos.
No
gonna say, I think I see
way.
more Punisher. I think I see.
I mean,
Zero
I
chance.
have like 6 Punisher tattoos.
Well, Harper
so.
only sees more of that because he has them all over his wall. Like that is a
That's what
green
he's looking
screen
at
behind
right
him. It's
now.
actually, he has Punisher wallpaper, but
He changes it every time. Every time he's got to record the podcast. That's why it's so barren right now.
yeah.
He ripped it off.
He goes
you
and
just like
prays to
tilt
it
the
before
camera down
recording.
and like on a pile in the floor is like a bunch of skulls.
Paper.
But it's
you
like
cut
so.
about yourself.
Oh, jeez, man, you all right?
I do have a Punisher t-shirt somewhere. Do you want me to find that?
Yeah.
I think I had a Punisher sweater at one point, but I was like a child. You know what I mean? I was like, this guy's sick.
Yeah. It was the Netflix one. It was the
No, I
like
definitely had a
Oh, where it's
comic
like
book
spray
Punisher.
paint, Yeah.
Punisher's
I
got a lot of
love-
hate.
I-
He's a pretty cool character. I read
He's
like,
a cool
lot of
character.
Punisher
It's
in,
just
like,
it's
November.
the issue with the it's the same thing with every other character. It's just the goddamn fan
The
base.
fan base, but it's like
Yeah, yeah,
Venom
yeah.
or
It's
anything
like-
else, Eminem.
But
or
I guess the
anything
difference
else.
though between the Punisher and Venom, I think, though, is that Punisher like has become this weird icon for things that the character was never meant to like. You know what I mean?
Have you seen Venom fans in the comments?
That's true.
To be honest, Tyler, I could think of a lot of reasons of the difference between Punisher and Venom. Quite a
no,
bit.
but
The
Venom
one
fans are
difference
the
between-
worst.
They're
It's like
pretty
doing
similar. I think
Thanos
they both
without
use
Venom
guns.
or whatever you said.
Yeah,
You
it's
remember
like doing
Both
Venom
have
without
black
Thanos.
and their costumes or skin.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I
do.
mean?
Yeah.
Rat bastard. Yeah, you know what I mean.
But the thing with Punisher, like a lot of the fan base for Punisher will never touch a Punisher comic.
Or
They'll
don't
just-
even know what the
yeah.
Punisher is. They just think like
He's
you
the
know,
The
guy
this is
only
that
one
like
they've
shoots
read is the
peanuts.
Eminem crossover from 2009, which I mean,
exactly. That's their favorite
kinda
comic,
based.
which it's my favorite comic too. But
Yeah, it's all of our favorite comics.
Hey, we're gonna be
So
talking
in our
about best
segment
modern
later
comics
about-
later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, about best modern comics. So,
Punisher teaming up with the Eminem is
The
what I kept trying
Eminem?
to say.
we
Yes.
don't-
You
we
sound like a
don't
boomer
Marshall
right there.
Mathers
Ah,
on
the
this
Eminem.
podcast.
The Eminem. Love the Eminem.
But yeah, it's good that they're because this was like a lot of hope for a lot of people for a long time was if Punisher shows up, they should do something where he's addressing that he isn't really a fan of people
I so
using the
thought you were
symbol.
gonna say that Punisher's gonna be like, see this symbol, and they're gonna go, it's a skull, and it goes on my world, it means hope.
It winds like a river.
It's
It's like a river.
That's
like your
it's
car
clearly
key.
a skull. No, it means hope.
No, it
It's
means
like your
hope on
car
my
keys.
world.
Sometimes it goes full auto. What?
What? No.
Dude, I love that it just looked like the symbol
looks
is
cool.
the exact Netflix one.
Yeah.
Like it's oh my god.
He looks the
Remember there was a
same.
period of time where this wasn't going like it was gonna be a
Yes.
reboot. Do you
Well,
remember
he was always going to be in it though, right?
He was, but now like look at it. Like it's
I know,
it's
I
just
know.
it's season 4. Like
Then the
it's-
picture that he posted of him and Deborah and
oh my-
Charlie, where it's like,
Charlie,
yes.
bro.
Yeah.
So good. So good. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. And
Is
this is
there
going to be the first time I guess we really get to see because in the comics we've gotten past in the show we just did like, oh, they met and now they go their separate ways. They're kind of allies, very
See you
you know,
around, Red.
tangentially. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they never see each other again. But now we're doing like the full on like they're gonna argue, but if they have to get the job done together, they'll begrudgingly do it together.
Yeah,
is
love
the
it.
best.
Love
They're
that.
gonna
Which
see
is
love
the,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
which,
it's
yeah,
the
exactly.
best,
It's so exciting. Look, we all had something to say because that's so sick.
Yeah. No, that's all good.
I hope if they ever update the costume in the future, they keep like just the painted rough look and just add like white gloves or something.
You hope that they do
Is-
the thing where they put the belt pouches as the teeth of the
As the
skull.
teeth, yeah,
like the
yeah.
I kinda
original
like that. I kind of
design.
like that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Daredevil
I
might be the
like the
character-
boots. I like the boots.
I like white
I'd
boots
I do.
too.
Oh, white
Yeah,
boots.
and
Yeah, white
I
boots are
think the
cool.
whole thing is sick.
Daredevil might be the character that we as a collective probably agree on the most, right? Like
Well,
we
it's
all
the
have our
character that
different
got
tastes.
us to be
But, like,
thi-
it's the-
to do this,
Probably.
isn't it?
Right, like it's the character that we all kind of agree, like, you know, what runs are good
And have read
all
most
them
of
are
the
good.
same stuff.
We've
Yeah,
all read pretty
exactly.
much all the same stuff.
Yeah.
Hunter's never read Soul, of course. No, I'm joking. That was like
I
my favorite
have,
book.
though. I
Like,
have.
When,
Yes,
when,
we
when
know,
you
we know,
refused
we
to
know.
read it for years, that was the best.
He hasn't read Nascenti though,
Wait,
and that's legit.
JD, haven't
is
you
true.
not read it?
I have.
Why are we
You
changing the
have.
subject?
Tyler, that's why you the goat, bro.
JD's the only one here that hasn't read the Soul.
Soul, you haven't read the
Captain
Sun
it.
Run? I read it when it
never
came
have
out.
read the Soul.
This guy, he
I read
throwing
Darth
stones.
Vader.
10 Fingers. It's a good villain. He's
To be fair, his
interesting.
Vader run is better than his
Daredevil
runs.
run's true. Yeah, that is true.
His Daredevil run's good, but like I could think of 5 that are better.
Yeah, and you know it's not going to be mentioned later. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true. It's still
nice.
good though. Like it is still good. I like what they did with Blind Spot. I like Muse as a villain. He's really cool.
Yeah, I remember reading it as it was coming out and liking it
It's
enough,
still good.
which is
yeah.
enough, which is all I can
remember,
really say.
I remember reading it when it was coming out and getting to like issue 5, and then they change his helmet to look like the Netflix one. Like they give him the nose,
Yeah.
and it looks like a helmet, and it's like
Yeah.
that for like 4 issues, and then it's back to
And-
normal.
yeah.
And just being
I
like,
remember like that was probably the first Daredevil run I actually really like I read as it was coming out. That would have been it. I remember I jumped on the tail end of the Wade run. The first issue I ever got was I remember the cover is him on the Golden
Yeah.
Gate Bridge. And then the
First
Soul run
issue
would
I
have definitely
read
been
was
the
the
first time that
Yeah,
I
First
like
issue I
Starsky was the
read
first
was
one
the
that I got
first.
onto, and I begged Hunter. I had to force Hunter to get onto it, and he's
Yeah.
thankful
First issue
for
that
it.
I read was the 2014, like the first issue of the second Wade run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
I
was,
don't have that one.
that was
I thought
I
you
do
read
remember-
Daredevil 1964 #1 when it came out. Did
Yeah.
you get it off the newsstand?
yeah, I got it off the
Stanley and Bill
newsstand.
Everett. You know, the cover
it was
says, "You like
handed to
Spider-Man?
me by
You'll
Kevin
like
Smith
this."
himself.
Yeah, that's a great cover too. It shows like the fan. Remember when we did Fantastic Four and Spider-Man? Here's our new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is probably as good.
It's just
And they were
ideal. And
right.
it is pretty
Yeah,
much.
they were
yeah.
right. They were right. Yeah.
Shame that Harper threw out his copy.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but he's blind though. Just toss
Yeah.
it. Don't get it.
You left it. You unfortunately left it in the bathroom when you ran out of toilet paper, and you were just like,
Yeah.
"Oh no,
Yep.
oh no."
Mm. I wiped my ass with Mysterio's blown out skull.
I meant Daredevil issue 1 from
Oh,
1964.
sorry. I was going Kevin Smith.
All right. I guess if we're done that part, the only other news that we have this week.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Yes,
Christopher
bring it
Joker.
on.
Fantastic Four has casted Julia Garner as
Oh,
a Silver Surfer.
Oh
Yes.
no.
Julia Garner is
so the
most known
article-
for Ozark, which
I
is
did. I read into this
look at
article
JD.
because
Look at JD.
because I had to read into this article,
Tyler
and
like
it said-
dissected this
did.
article.
and I dissected multiple articles and they all have the same language. It says that she was cast as Shala Bal, which for us Fantastic Four fans, Shala Bal is the love interest of Norrin Radd, the Silver Surfer, the original 616 Silver Surfer. And it says in the articles that Shala Bal is often known as a Silver Surfer in some universes, which is technically true because in the Earth X universe, Shala Bal and Norrin Radd are the Silver Surfers. Cool. Does that mean that these people are just running with this? She was a Silver Surfer, and that's the character she's playing, Shala Bal, or is she actually playing Shala Bal as the Silver Surfer?
I
We
think
have
she
no
actually
idea.
is Silver Surfer.
But that's I really hope that's not the case, man.
I think it is. I think it 100% is.
Okay.
I-
The only thing I
However,
could say.
Can I counter like the incel culture about
Oh,
this?
here we go.
Why are all the men going to be mad when it's like an attractive woman in like a skin tight silver outfit?
When
I'm
it's-
just saying. Like,
But that's not what it's about.
I know
Like,
it should be.
Mhm.
yeah, it is. No, JD, it kind of is.
I also
but
feel
that's
like this
whatever.
movie is not going to be taking place.
Why are
in the
you
main
going to see
MCU verse.
Fantastic Four, JD? Why are you going to see it?
For the
right,
Silver
he's
Men.
not.
Love Pedro Pascal.
Oh God,
Can't even
here
show
we
him a
go
straight
again.
face.
Another famous anti-Chilean rant.
I don't think this Fantastic Four is going to take place in the
Okay,
MCU.
That's
per
the
se.
thing, right? That
It's
could be
not.
the thing where it's like it doesn't take place in the main MCU timeline, so it's an alternate universe, and then in the MCU they could cast Norrin Radd because at least they didn't cast her as a female Norrin Radd. That's the
and
only.
I
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
that's better. However,
I just I
she
want
will
the
be Silver
iconic.
Surfer, guarantee it. though.
I want the iconic version of the Silver Surfer. Like if they did Robin, and it's like, oh, Carrie Kelly, or not Carrie Kelly.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, even Carrie Kelly.
Yeah,
She's the
Carrie
first
Kelly, yeah.
Robin. I was gonna say Stephanie Brown, but yeah, Carrie Kelly works. Where it's like she's the first Robin instead of Dick Grayson. I'm like, well, I get it, but no, I want Dick Grayson. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want Norrin Radd because he's like such a good character. He's a character that Stan Lee did not invent, but like took him and just went like, I want this character for me now. Like he just took the character because he liked him so much, you know? Like
Mhm.
that's
Did he
how
not?
cool that character is. No, it was Jack Kirby all the way. Like
oh,
Kirby. They
Technically, that's
invented.
most Marvel characters.
Yeah,
They kind
they
of signed his
co
name.
they co-invented Galactus, but Kirby just decided Galactus needed a herald and invented the
God,
Silver
Kirby's just
Surfer.
God.
Yeah, because he's the goat of, I was gonna say he's the goat of all time, but that's what that means, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's the goat.
of all time.
So-
The goat of all
yeah.
time, the greatest of all time.
Shaking my head.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
I tend to defend this kind of castings and whatnot, and I do like Ozark a lot. I think she's really good, and I think she could play the character well. But I do understand why some people are upset because Norrin Rad is such a huge character, and we're essentially skipping him.
And he's a good character. Like it's
And-
like when it was Taskmaster, I didn't give a shit, but like I like
Yeah.
Norrin Rad, dude.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I like the Silver Surfer a lot.
And there are people being like, well, clearly you haven't read the comics. Like, I read the comics. I didn't know about this.
Yeah. That, I
you
think that
haven't
is a
read
silly
Earth
argument.
X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a silly argument for that. Like what your opinion is on it either way. I think it's silly to go, you clearly haven't read when it's like so niche. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
not
when it's one
like,
issue of an
anyone
alternate
that says you
universe.
clearly haven't read the comics and is speaking about that comic has never read that comic. So
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it's a null and void argument there.
Yeah.
But like this, in my mind, this news doesn't come out if she's not Silver Surfer. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna be. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I just
But
don't
wouldn't
think that
you
it'll
just
be
prefer-
the same as 616.
Wouldn't
Silver
you just
Surfer.
prefer Norrin Rad?
Yes.
I'd prefer a big atomic blue beam shooting
Lizard?
lizard, but that's just me.
You can't get the
It's just-
lizard. You can't get
Listen,
the lizard in this universe.
Listen,
damn
if,
it.
if Hunter
But-
is the biggest defender of all this, I'm clearly the reverse Flash opposite.
we
There's times where you can change it. Okay, it's not like I'm like, oh, you can't
Yeah.
ever change it. Like when CW Flash changed Ragdoll, some character from the fucking 40s. Yeah, who gives a fuck? But like
Mm.
Silver Surfer is a major character, and it's
Yeah.
it feels cheap.
It does feel like lame. It just feels lame.
And
Yes.
JD is right when it comes to this stuff. We are opposites.
JD
but
is
I'm-
right. Somebody get that recording.
Boom!
This
I
is a
finally got
podcast. This is a podcast, JD. We are.
All right, being recorded.
But-
Somebody clip that. Jamie, clip that.
Somebody get that recording.
But usually when it comes to this stuff, we will disagree.
That's
But I'm
hilarious.
I'm with you here, man. Like Norrin should have
Finally.
I
I've
feel like
waited-
I'm on my own island because like
But
I
no.
know it's so me to say this.
What if they
but,
made
like,
Thrawn a woman?
there is it could be like Thalius.
Clearly you haven't read the comics.
No, but
Admiral-
what if they did
Admiral
Ahsoka?
Arulani.
What if they did Ahsoka and it was Thalius instead of Thrawn?
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, no, good point.
That-
I'd be
that-
like,
that's a good
"Why
comparison,
Her
yeah."
instead
Yes.
of Thrawn. What is she
Yeah,
doing?
exactly.
Here? Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
confused.
And then
So
there's
that's
people in
why
the
it's like-
comments going, Thalius is actually Thrawn in another universe. You guys clearly didn't read it.
yeah, she, yeah. yeah.
In Star Wars
But, like-
Infinities, Thalius is in charge. So yeah, it's like, no,
like you
shut
guys
up.
said, it's like
She's-
if you did
she's just
Carrie
a
Kelly
caregiver,
instead of
though.
Dick Grayson, if you did Batwoman instead of Bat, like it just doesn't really make
No,
sense.
but like,
Yeah.
no, but like, yeah, you are right. If like I was hyped to see Thrawn and then it was Admiral Arulani or something, I would be like, okay, that's fucking
Yeah.
random as all shit.
Like-
but like, it is my opinion on this one where I'm just like, I don't really like the Fantastic Four have just never been my thing. So like, I don't really mind
this
the
is what I
changes,
also
like-
feel is like I feel like when they're at this point with the Fantastic Four, where we're on our 4th fucking reboot, and if it doesn't work now, it's literally never gonna work. They're never
Then
figure it out.
They
Why are
shouldn't
we
take-
fucking with it?
Yeah, you shouldn't take. So
You know what I
many
mean?
Well,
Why are
risks.
we
and it's
not
not
just-
it's not only the like last try at the Fantastic Four, but it's
Yeah.
also like the one that is supposed to save the MCU, right? Like,
Yeah, it's
this
also
is
maybe the
a
last
lot
try
of
for
our
the
saving grace
MCU.
of like this could fix Marvel.
Yeah, and it's like if we're doing the Fantastic Four and it's never worked on film, why are we not just following the only form it's worked in, which is the comic
The
books? You know what I
comics,
mean?
Yes.
I just feel like they should not just fuck around with it.
They
I
should
feel
play
like
it safe.
And
yeah,
also,
they
you said
just
like
play it
they-
as safe as possible.
you said they released that thing that gave you like the 3 free comics, right? Like we're
Yeah.
talking from iconic,
Yes,
the
so,
most
yeah,
iconic Fantastic Four
posted-
story there
they
is.
put the poster up today of
4-4.
Joseph Quinn's Human Torch, and he looks really cool.
Yeah,
actually.
that was cool.
The
That
suit
is cool.
lines actually kind of recreate the Ditko fire lines, which is sick. Or Ditko,
Oh, that is
Kirby
cool.
fire lines.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch that. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks sick.
Mm.
But if you follow the link they posted,
Oh.
it leads you to like a 404 Herbie thing. But there's a QR code in the Herbie thing, and it leads to like 5 or 6 free comics, which are Fantastic Four issue 1 by Lee and Kirby, 48, 49, and 50, which is the coming of Galactus, and Life
Wow.
Story, which means that it's probably going to take place in the 60s. So
Which
they're
is
telling us
amazing.
what they're going to do. They're showing their cards.
They're doing Galactus. Like, I
They're
mean,
gonna
they
do the
would be.
coming
It's
of
Oh
still
yeah,
Galactus,
they are
right?
doing
That's
Galactus.
the
Yeah.
what of Galactus?
The ooh.
But also like absolutely
That'll be a
bravo
big
to
one.
Marvel, because we've talked about this, like try to get more general audiences to read the comics.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. The QR code that leads to the comics,
Yeah.
that leads
Yeah.
to the stories. Now, how many people are going to read Fantastic Four #1 from 1961 and be
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh, I
a
wanna
weird.
read
That's a
comics."
bad. That
Yeah.
feels like a bad choice.
Maybe
That
Life
Right.
feels like a
Story
bad
was a good choice because like
That's
it's a
new.
modern. It's
Mhm.
modern. Yeah.
If they're gonna
but-
put like the first issue of Wade's, where like Mr. Fantastic like
yeah.
spells out like what the Fantastic Four means, like that's
Yeah,
the
that would be-
perfect jump.
They
on
should
issue
have done
right
a
there.
Or a
road
Hickman
trip.
issue.
Remember that body
Yeah.
horror one?
Yeah, that weird
I was
body
like-
horror where the whole
that-
with the,
that
the
everyone
thing
was
is
like-
melting off.
Everyone was like, "We'll read it for the show," and then I was like the only one that read it, and you were like, "Why did you read that?" I was like, "I thought we were doing it for the show."
They can
The
even
only
current
Fantastic
run.
Four comic Harper has ever read.
The current
like,
run,
genuinely.
I can't remember who's writing the current run, but the first
Ryan
issue
North.
is like, yeah,
Ryan
the
North,
first
yep.
issue is so
People, yeah, no,
good.
people are saying that this is the best Marvel comic out right now. It's like, yeah, maybe they should have given them that.
It's very good. Just the plot in
Someone's
general, of
not
like
reading
how they
Darth
had to
Vader.
like lose the kids for a
sorry.
year. That's
I'm
like
sorry.
I think Fantastic Four is a lot like Daredevil as well, where there's just so many great runs over the history of like the team that like there's so much to choose from. So,
And it's also
yeah.
something
It's-
that's like begging to be beloved by more people. It's like
yes,
the Fantastic Four are still sort of weirdly niche. It's like we have to defend that the fact that they're not lame. You know, it's like they're in that Superman category
they,
where it's
they
like,
beat
no,
the lame allegations like Superman.
yeah, they have to. They at least have to beat the lame
Yeah.
allegations, right?
Beat
And
the
it's-
lame.
And it's like we have to. I just feel like we shouldn't fuck around with it because I know that people can like this thing. They just have to show it like what it was.
Fantastic Four kind of has like the Green Lantern effect, where like one bad movie has
Mhm.
tanked a franchise, where
Yeah.
it takes so much to redeem, because people, when you say the name or say the character, will think, "Oh yeah, that shitty movie, like
Yeah.
Fan Four Stick."
Uh,
Yeah,
You know,
that- that's a
like
good
when you say Green
point,
Lantern,
yeah.
people are like, "Oh, the Ryan
it's
Reynolds
like
movie,
Fan
that's
Four Stick's
terrible."
one of those movies that's like so widely known, not even because everyone's seen it and like thinks it's terrible, just
Everyone
because
just knows it's terrible.
everyone just knows it's terrible. That's the worst
Yeah.
thing a movie could be. Where it's like most people that will tell you that movie's bad definitely have not seen that.
have not
movie.
actually seen it, right?
Exactly, and like that's the bottom of the barrel we're talking about where these characters have been. It should not be that hard to do them well, dude.
That,
I-
that-
you
they're
know.
like the best team in comics. Like,
there's a
it's-
reason
it's
that-
not hard.
Yeah,
the heart of Marvel. JD, you are right though. I saw an Instagram reel once. It was a guy cosplaying Jon Stewart, and he edited it to be like it looks like he's in space, and it's really well done. So a lot of people
Was it
saw it.
you?
Top
Yeah.
comment is no, it's not me, surprisingly. Top comment had like
Surprising.
3,000 likes, and it was like I can't think of a single person whose favorite superhero is Green Lantern.
Green Lantern is literally
so
Star
good.
Wars of DC. Like the lore is just fucking immaculate,
The
and people
lore.
only think of Ryan Reynolds movie. It hurts me. It hurts my
Yeah.
soul.
yeah. Well, dude, what do you think about the Flash now, dude?
Yeah, bro. That's arguably worse.
Yeah, I mean, I said when Flash came out, like it probably did the Green Lantern effect, where for the next 10 years
We're not.
we
gonna
won't get
see
any
a
Flash
speedster.
related projects, and we fucking shouldn't.
We
It
might-
hurts me. Okay, damn it, it hurts.
We might not
But
see a speedster for
One
a while.
day,
I think
Let-
the
let
show
me write it,
helps
damn it.
because a lot of people seem to enjoy Grant Gustin,
Yeah.
and also a lot of people seem to not like Ezra Miller. So
Yeah,
we're safe
but it's
on
also
that
like
front.
the Fantastic Four have never gotten any opportunity. You know,
That's true.
there's no iconic Fantastic Four cartoon or no iconic video game or no iconic anything that exists outside of the comics.
did they
you know?
have a cartoon in the 90s, or was that just a
They
crossover?
definitely
with-
they did have a 90s
Okay.
cartoon, yeah.
But it
again,
didn't have, like,
you,
the love
you had to
that
ask if they
Spider-Man-
did, you know.
Yeah, I don't even know.
exactly, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. So I just think that they shouldn't fuck around. I mean, I'm sure again that it's like it's so entirely possible that we see this movie and we're like, oh, it didn't matter. She's really good. But I just want to see Nora and Brad. You know?
And maybe we will. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll cast him still.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see both.
Nah.
Because everybody is posting that one panel of Nora and her on the surfboard. So because
Yeah.
that's the only panel that they can find. So
Yeah. Where she's
It's kind of
where
like
she's
it's kind
a
of like
Silver
when
Surfer.
Steppenwolf was announced to be the Justice League villain.
Killer
Remember? And then
Wonder
everyone was
Woman.
posting that one
Yeah.
singular
Earth
like
2.
Earth 2
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is genuinely crazy. Like I applaud them for doing like Galactus first movie in.
Thank
like
God.
do Galactus and then do Doom. Like, don't waste any. Like, I hate nothing more than like the fucking like Shazam. Like the Shazam movies being like, we'll do
gosh.
Dr. Sultana or whatever his
or
fucking name
Green
is, and then
Lantern.
Helen Mirren. Like, no, from
Or
the
Green
get-go,
Lantern, yeah. It
Green
should've been
Lantern not using
Sinestro.
Sinestro, doing Hector fucking Hammond.
Well, at least
Yeah.
Sinestro was in the entire movie, though.
No, but
He
don't
was,
even.
yeah,
who
but-
cares about the build? Just do the best.
The best
Make
scene
it
of
happen
Green
in that
Lantern
movie.
is the
Is the
fucking
end.
setup for the next one that never happened.
Yeah.
That is crazy
When he
that they
takes out-
did.
that's fucking sick.
They did the
but we never
first
saw it.
ever Justice League movie, and they made a Darkseid's uncle.
I was
Yeah, but, and that's what I mean. Like, it's not Lex Luthor. It's not like
Yeah,
there's
I was
so many
even just
villains
thinking-
that you could Vandal
Yeah.
Savage
They,
or like
they
Ra's
honestly
al
could have done
Ghul.
Starro, like a Starro
Yeah, they could've
invasion.
done
Like,
anything.
would have been Justice League
Starro,
issue.
yeah.
Would have been cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Same thing with the
I just-
Flash, dude. They chose General Zod.
Yeah, and
You have
Dark
so many.
Flash.
Flash
a
has
new
some of the
invention.
best villains in comics. You could have
He
used the Rose
does.
Gallery. You could have used Reverse Flash. You chose General fucking Zod in a time loop from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And you even had
That's
the
so good.
actor saying afterwards that he hated it.
Yes,
He's like,
yes,
don't
I hated it
understand why
too.
I'm here.
He didn't even say it afterwards. It was like on the red
Yeah, it
carpet.
was like
He's
before the movie
shit
came out.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know what Tom Cruise was thinking.
It causes
Yeah.
pain to the heart.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
But,
like,
yeah,
do
that's
anything.
like a massive pet peeve for me. Is not doing like do at least like a top 3 villain in the first movie. Like go,
Yeah.
you gotta go for it. Like you don't
I'm
do
okay
like.
with them not doing Doom, but like at least do Galactus, which they
Yeah,
are.
like
so-
Galactus.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not
I
doing
was-
Doom, do Galactus.
I
that
was
totally
set
would.
that they were gonna do like Mole Man or something, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'll take
thank-
Mole Man, but you know, I would like to
No,
see
thank
something
I was ready
else.
for them to do the hate monger like in the original Fantastic Four number 18 when they rip off his mask and he's fucking Hitler. I was like, whoa.
Did they go
Wow,
to
he's
Hitler?
doing what to Hitler? That's crazy. That was even.
But like the Fantastic Four, they're like scientists, but they usually fight these cosmic threats. So it's cool that they're doing like
Yeah.
Galactus,
I
or
mean,
they could have
the
done
coming of
Beyonder.
Galactus. I think about the coming of Galactus all the time because it's like I think if you were to think of the
I
mo-
think
yeah,
about the coming of Galactus all the time.
I think about that story all the time because like I think if you think about the Marvel Comics universe if you think about the Marvel Comics universe in MCU terms, then that story is the Battle of New York, right? That story is the part where the 616 Marvel universe realizes that there are these gigantic cosmic threats out there that are things that they have not even fathomed yet, you know, and they enter this larger scale because like literally the next issue, Reed Richards is locked in his lab and he's like, Galactus showed up and we were not ready and it scared the shit out of me. He literally does the Tony Stark thing. So it's like, just show me that on screen and do it well, man.
Born Again looks sick.
Have you seen that? Oh, I remember that
Dr.
episode.
Doom
I've
becomes a
seen that
kaiju.
episode. I've seen that episode of the Fantastic Four where
Cartoon where
Daredevil's in it.
Daredevil shows up.
Yeah, Daredevil just shows up for an episode and is like a smartass for like 20 minutes and then fucks off. It's awesome.
It's the only
Can I
episode worth
say
watching,
something? Can I say something?
I guess.
I'm really enjoying this.
This is
This
nice.
feels good. This
Nice.
fethis feels good. This
I
feels
can't
good
believe
to
we
give
are
it
back.
shit.
We are
Before,
so
talk
back.
about the Fantastic Four.
I know, it just feels good to like be invested in a conversation and be like, oh, I like talking with my friends about this dumb shit.
Don't worry, you'll
Yeah.
be tuning out when we talk about Ghost Machine for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
What?
20.
We
We're
gotta
talking
keep
about it for
stalling. We
40.
gotta keep
20
stalling.
minutes.
Harper.
Wow. We doing Sonic lore this episode?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh god.
Not just like a fucking puppy. He's like,
I mean,
I mean, maybe. Hey,
we
puppies
could do a
often
bit of
mewing.
Sonic lore.
I don't know if
The
I'm
hero
really
story, the mewing
prepared
episode?
or not.
Oh no, this guy.
So something about Galactus is I have a feeling that Galactus will maybe win at the end of this movie. He will swallow Earth, and from there, the Fantastic Four will travel like in Secret Wars, except the ship doesn't get destroyed, and they make it to 616 or 999.
Oh, that's interesting.
That
I
would
think
be
that's how
interesting,
it'll
yeah.
end.
That's actually not a bad. As far as Hunter theories go, that's not
That'd be
terrible.
a real
that's on the better
dour
end of
way
Hunter
for it
theories.
to happen, right? Too.
That
Maybe-
would actually, that would go significantly hard. Like the universe gets destroyed, and then the end credit scene is like, I mean, it can't be Avengers Tower, but like something something
Oh, yeah.
MCU obvious.
But you know
that
what
where you're
happened
like,
just now
Yeah.
is that like
What?
I was so hyped about that idea, and then I remembered like he would Reed or the Fantastic Four would show up on the MCU Earth, and they would meet like She-Hulk and stuff. Like they're not going to beat Iron Man.
Yeah, it's not going to be Iron Man. No.
They'll be like,
I was thinking like, oh my
They
god,
see
and then
Kelsey
Steve and
Grammer
Tony,
Beast, and they're just like,
get
hi.
like imagine the scene.
No. Okay,
Prime
Tyler,
MCU, right?
Yeah.
We see this Fantastic Four movie. It's in another universe, and then they crash land in New York, and then Steve and Tony are there to see them and be like, "Who are you?"
Okay,
Damn.
okay. Counterpoint.
We'll never
Can I
get that,
counterpoint
dude.
though?
That's
Can I
crazy.
counterpoint?
Yeah.
These people appear from another dimension into the main MCU reality. Who is going to want to investigate that though?
Doctor Strange, yes,
Tobey
but
Maguire's
that is
cool.
Spider-Man. Oh,
It
Can
is-
you imagine
it is cool.
post-credit scene
Doctor
of
Strange-
Fantastic Four is Doctor Strange
All right,
coming down
fine.
and being like, "Who are you and what are you doing on this planet?"
Yeah.
Like that.
Fantastic
is-
Four. Didn't you chart in the 60s?
Didn't you chart
Oh,
the
yeah,
60s?
he would, yeah, actually, never mind. He would be like, "Oh, you're that guy from the other universe."
yeah.
You don't look like
Oh,
John
yeah, he
Krasinski, you look like
would.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Maybe it should
would,
be.
you're
Maybe it should be
right.
like Peter or something.
oh, because him and Clea are investigating an incursion, so he would
They
maybe
are, they
know
are, they
like
are.
your
Oh,
Earth
maybe
was
he
just
pulls them
destroyed.
from their. Okay, let's not. Let's
Mm.
not.
Oh,
Let's not. Let's
we're getting
not.
hot. We're getting
Yeah,
excited.
but you're building it up too much, and then it's actually going to be
Exactly.
like through the power
Yeah.
of friendship, they beat Galactus.
Yeah, exactly. They hold
they're-
hands, which
they're
is
gonna
what the
beat
Fantastic Four is
Pedro
about.
Pascal
but-
was
That's what
into the
Guardians-
camera
didn't
and
the
they
Guardians
beat
of the Galaxy
Galactus.
literally do that. They defeated Rhoda by holding hands.
But it was
by
awesome
friendship. Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
awesome
was
though.
awesome.
Yeah,
It
because the
was. They
song
do-
is
they
just blaring, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
my.
you said it yourself, bitch. With a
Yeah,
Guardians
with
of
the Guardians of the Dude, that is the best
Yeah.
song you said it
Yeah.
yourself. bitch.
But the music's so good in that scene,
Yeah.
and
Oh
he
my
sees his
God.
mom, and oh,
Like
that's a
tears. Yep.
Oh,
great,
dude.
great movie.
Dude, the MCU is a gift from who said it?
I don't know.
I over.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know who said that.
Kelsey
Nobody ever
Grammer
said that.
Beast, Miss Marvel,
Oh,
Oh,
Girl
stop it.
Magic,
stop it.
That-
Nick Fury.
I
The,
liked Beast at the end of Marvel.
The last time I
Oh, shut
trusted
up.
somebody, I lost an eye.
Lost
It was
an
a
eye.
cat, damn it.
it was a cat. It was Ms. It was Captain
a
Marvel's
cat.
cat. yeah.
Intergalactic cat.
A flurkin.
Flark.
And then doesn't somebody say, "Are you
Don't get me
flirking,
Flarkin
kidding
started
me?"
on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Trash.
did someone actually say you flirking kid? Is that a thing?
I feel like Talos says that.
Oh, I like Talos a lot. Oh, they killed him too.
Yeah,
I
they did
fucking
kill
hate
him.
the MCU. It's
Yeah.
a fuck. It's hell.
It's a gift
It's
from
a
the devil.
gift from the devil.
yeah.
See, he wants to play Doctor Doom really
Or
bad.
666.
Yeah, he did. He was the only character I cared about that. Why did I watch all of Secret Invasion?
I didn't
Why did
even
I
do
do
that.
that? I never
watched
watch
it too.
anything anymore. Do you want to know
Yeah.
what I'm watching now? Fucking Breaking
Secret
Bad. I
Invasion
don't watch
again?
This is
Oh.
literally Harper saying the gift. It's a gift from God, and then 5 seconds later,
we're
literally just
back
being
and
like,
it's over.
"No, it's not."
I'm watching nothing. I'm watching nothing new. I'm watching fucking Breaking Bad and playing an Alien versus Predator game from 2002.
Oh,
I
poor
consume
baby has to
no-
watch the greatest show of all time. Wham, wham,
It's
wham.
true.
yeah.
It is good.
I'm rewatching
Did-
the best show ever.
Yeah.
Do you
oh,
know what
poor
I-
you.
Do you want to know what I'm showing her after this, Tyler?
Oh God. Oh, Better Call Saul.
You're not able to
And
raise
she's
one
and
eyebrow.
she is genuinely excited for Better Call
Oh,
Saul, and I'm sitting here like,
no.
I know, I know.
I've still never seen Better Call Saul.
It's superior, dude. It's better.
It is
It's better than Breaking
I
Bad.
agree. I agree. It's the
Can that be our new
superior
theme
show.
song from now on?
It's the better
Oh,
call
okay.
Saul.
get sued.
Probably.
Welcome to a hero story episode. Actually, that kind of goes hard as fuck.
That's so
We
silly.
should try to get like a little
Look
jingle.
at the
at
zoom
the
in of
start.
Hunter's face.
Yeah, I actually, any listener of the
Oh.
show with any level of musical talent, even if it's not playing an instrument,
Don't
it's
you
just
play
mixing
guitar?
together stuff. No, JD plays guitar. Remember, he
Yeah,
played
we
the
both
Flash
kind of
theme or
play.
whatever.
You play
Um,
guitar too.
Can we get someone to send in anything? I don't care what it is. Maybe it's even just mixing clips of us talking. Maybe it's me yelling at a dog. Maybe it's JD saying something controversial. Maybe it's Hunter going, Justin Trudeau did nothing wrong. I don't care what it is. Mix
mean-
it together. Please. We'll credit you at the start of every episode.
No,
It'll
we
say
won't credit you. We'll steal
It'll
it. And
say
we'll
intro
we made it.
by, and then
We'll say we changed it slightly so we don't have to give you credit. Might
Yeah,
be
so we
goes
own
bum
it.
bum bum bada bum.
Well, here's the
bum.
thing: you work
will
for a
never
hero
pay you
story.
for
We
it,
own everything you've created. So
yeah, we're like
that's
Walt
true.
Disney, and you're
We're
like
Marvel.
the poor worker who draws.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
Like,
should.
put someone said something in. Please,
We should
That
keep him.
no, seriously.
We should just let him know you won't get paid.
You
No.
will not get paid. You will not get paid. We're
You will
telling
actually
you right now.
owe
This
us
is,
money to send in your clip.
this is legally binding right now. This is legally binding. You will not get paid for your work. However, it will be displayed at the start of the podcast.
JD,
Yeah.
you
So
play
that's something.
guitar.
Trade offer. You receive, I receive.
Iris, yeah.
Yeah, you did play like at the speed.
We're
Force
gonna
or
get
something that
10
one time.
people just sending and be like, "Oh, I made a thing for you," and it's just.
It's just gonna be like the Family Guy theme.
It's like, fuck
Yeah.
They just link to like the official theme of Family Guy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I posted this like
It seems
14
today
years ago.
that all you
Oh,
hear
you see-
is something on podcasts.
Comic
and-
book movies.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
That's it for
WrestleMania.
news.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Because we
Is
did the
it?
podcast.
No. Can we please talk about that god awful Joker poster?
Oh, I want to
yeah.
leave.
What
I
is-
want to leave the
The
podcast
Boss
now.
Logic poster.
What is going on?
I thought it
with that?
was Boss Logic.
Joker folie à deux.
But the
you know,
filet à deux is like in between the letters of Joker.
it could
Yeah, it
still
is.
be Boss Logic, right? Like, hasn't he officially done shit?
It looks like Boss
Yeah, he
Logic.
did- he
shit,
did
man.
stuff for
It's
Creed
fucking
3.
What is that?
I don't like it. I know
This
everyone else
fucking
doesn't
guy,
like
bro.
it.
This
I don't
fucking
like it.
guy.
Local comic Sean liked.
What are you liking this for, bro? What are
Sean.
you liking this for?
Sean,
But
Is
like
it
you
gonna
can tell
be-
like Joaquin
that is-
Phoenix and Lady Gaga, they did not take
is it
that
going to be
photo.
good? You were
No.
saying, JD.
I
No,
I
it's
think
not
it.
good.
I don't know. I mean, the
I-
first one like is
I
still
hate it.
like it still holds up, right?
No.
No,
Yeah, it
I
never
haven't seen
held
it
up.
since like I honestly
No.
haven't seen it since it was in theaters. So like,
I've
I-
only
okay,
seen it
well,
once since
when
it
does the
came out.
trailer for Joker 2 come out?
Next
Next week?
on whatever day it says
This
on that
week,
post.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
April 8th, I think.
should we talk about it then? Because I feel like we could.
Yeah,
A whole episode could be about Joker folie à deux. You know what I mean?
I do agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's
think
tell
we'll
you guys
run
my-
out of. We'll go through
My
each frame.
stepdad-
Yeah.
My stepdad watched Joker like one. It was like on an old TV, like a really old TV
Oh, like a
at night, going to
CRT?
bed. And he told me the next morning about it. And his name is Murray. And I went, "What did you think of the movie?" And he goes, "Oh, I liked it. Murray got shot in the fucking head." And he said it like that. I was like, "I'm glad you're
I
excited."
also like when Murray gets shot in the head.
It's very good.
It does
Hunter
happen.
Murray. Hunter Murray.
Yeah,
But his
it's-
name was Murray Franklin, right?
Yeah.
Is that?
And everyone's
what
like,
a
"It's the Batman the Animated Series font."
I can't
All
believe
right.
Robert fucking De Niro was in that movie. Like, what
Yeah,
a
That is
random.
crazy. Yeah.
That is random.
He
That
does
is
the De
crazy,
Niro
yeah.
face the whole time, though.
You think that was funny? Killing all those kids or whatever.
Killing all the. He does. Yeah.
That scene's
It's
fantastic.
the police.
Though. Like,
Your
like,
son
it is
died in a
really
drunk
good.
driving accident.
What a bad movie.
I'm waiting for the
I don't
punchline.
like it. I don't like
There
it.
is no punchline.
Dude, what a great movie.
I'll rewatch
I like the part
it
when
before
I
seeing
like the part
sequel.
when he says, "When I get treated bad and people are mean to me," and then he pulls the gun on him. I like that
Yeah.
part. A
I like the part-
society that abandons them and treats them like trash. It
I
is
like the
most
part where he
awful-
goes up to Wayne Manor and does some weird stuff with Bruce, and just no one ever like thinks about that. Like Bruce
Yeah.
never goes
No,
like,
I
"Yeah,
mean,
this
yeah,
clown
like
fucking
the-
assaulted me."
I mean, he does. His dad punches him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, he
that's
does.
it. Like that's.
And oh yeah, and Alfred shows up. He's like, "Hey, get away from there, Master White."
And he's also is Bruce Wayne.
They're
might be
also
his brother or
brothers?
something. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
they might be. And
They
they're
might be
brothers.
brothers.
I forgot about that subplot.
If there
You
was
wouldn't get it.
ever a
You wouldn't
movie
get it.
that should just be one movie, it's Joker. Why is there a
I feel like we
Joker?
Isn't it
talked
funny
about-
that we're gonna have to refer to Joker 2019 one day as Joker 1?
The
Oh my
first
God.
one,
First
yeah.
Joker.
Joker got a
chapter
sequel
one.
before Man of Steel. I can't believe it.
Joker 1.
Joker one.
We're gonna refer to it as Joker 1. Be like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
remember when Joker 1 came out before
Yeah.
COVID?
Do you remember Joker one?
Yeah.
Dude,
Nah,
you know,
Joker
you know,
2,
at a
Joker
point
2.
with the James Gunniverse of DC movies, we're gonna have the Batman Part 2 by Matt Reeves. We're gonna have Joker Folie à Deux coming out soon, and then a new
Yeah.
Joker in like 2 years.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
refer
And
to
a new
Joker
Batman.
Oh, they can do 3 Jokers.
Oh no.
Yo, Heath Ledger Force Ghost. Okay,
Do they
maybe
need
not.
one more Joker? Heath Ledger
yeah.
Force Ghost.
No. They just
The AI generated his face.
no.
Oh,
Whatever the new
no.
one, whatever the new one is in Brave and the Bold, they do Joaquin Phoenix, they do Barry Keegan.
Oh yeah, I
the
forgot
new
about
one-
him.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they do whatever the new one
Keown,
in Brave
yeah.
and the Bold.
I
is.
mean, no,
Oh.
it is Warner Brothers, so they would do Heath Ledger coming in like
Yes, they would.
Christopher
Would it be
God.
worse than the Christopher Reeve CGI
For the
or better?
Christopher Reeve
the
Flash
timing
CGI.
on that. The timing on
Oh
that.
my gosh,
Oh,
dude,
God.
that's rancid. That's not
That is
good.
bad. That is
It
the
is Warner
worst thing
Brothers.
they've ever produced. That is the
That,
worst thing.
it's so ghoulish.
like,
oh my
I
god,
will-
it's
I'm gonna-
disgusting.
I'm gonna give one to the other side. I'm gonna give this one to the founding fathers of the podcast. I'll take BVS a million times over that shit.
Over the Flash?
million times.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
BVS
Well, yeah.
tries.
Yeah.
BVS has great cinematography.
Yeah, it looks pretty, I
Yes,
guess.
it does. Good.
It looks prettier
We
than the
get
Flash.
Jeremy
that's for
Irons
sure.
Alfred.
Tell me.
Yeah,
do
he's
you
good.
But Jeremy
believe?
Irons Alfred's
He's
in
good.
the Flash too.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He is really actually that is something I loved about the Snyder Cut was the extra
He's-
Jeremy Irons and Bruce Wayne.
He's
shit.
teaching her how to make
It's a
tea or
shame that we
whatever.
didn't go. Like, honestly, that's one of the like DCU characters I wish we could have gotten way more of. He's just
Alfred?
He's great.
This
Well,
is
I
Alfred.
still
I work
sometimes
for
Can we
him.
do
think of-
3 Alfreds?
Yeah.
Michael Caine,
Oh.
Jeremy Irons, and
Andy
the one from
Serkis.
Gotham. Why not? Sean Purdy.
No, Andy. Oh yeah, Sean.
and
Purdy.
Andy
Andy
Serkis.
Serkis,
Four,
yeah.
four
Andy
Alfreds.
Serkis is the
4
fucking go to man.
Alfreds.
They've never
if-
done a bad Alfred,
What
except
if
maybe
4
the.
Alfreds was the hero of the 3 Jokers movie?
Yeah, exactly. 4
I-
Alfreds
I-
v 3
I would
Jokers.
borderline pay for Alfred v.
Because they know
Joker.
Affleck and Bale ain't coming back. So-
Alfred v Joker.
Yeah, Alfred squared times Joker squared. I would love that movie.
Wow.
I'd-
They would
I'd
just
sh-
put ALFR3D. They would just do that.
Well, just-
Okay,
it's-
well now I hate to say it, but
Oh,
at
you
least
could
we
do
know
the
what
Alfred
thumbnail
from
is now.
Pennywise, the show.
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Pennyworth.
Pennyworth. Pennyworth. I just
I was
remember
like-
that
I was
Alfred had
like,
a show.
the
As soon as I said it, I'm
clown?
like, that's not his
Well,
name.
Pennyworth Alfred is the same Alfred as Gotham Alfred.
It is?
Is it?
Yeah, they're the same. No, they're the same universe Alfred.
I don't
It's
Oh,
know.
but
Sean
they're different
Purdy.
actors.
No, yeah, but
don't-
they're the same universe version of Alfred,
I don't
which is
know.
weird.
Pennyworth a prequel to.
Oh, he
to-
doesn't believe you. Well,
Yeah,
he's
but
looking
it
it
is.
up.
Wow, it is.
It
What?
is. You forget that
that-
show's called The Origin of Batman's,
Batman's
Butler.
butler.
Bro got
That's
a fucking
so bad.
hair transplant. How did that happen? Where did the widow's peak go?
He's got the Vegeta
What?
look.
Bro went to
That is-
Turkey.
Can
That
you?
is
I know
so
we make
weird.
fun of. I know we make fun of Sony a lot, but they probably made Madam Web because because Warner Brothers actually made an Alfred show. They made 3 seasons of an Alfred
Batmobile
show.
the movie.
Yeah.
To be fair, is
they,
that
they
not
made a
DC's
Batwheels
thing?
show.
Is making a prequel series about a thing before it becomes the thing that we like?
Like what?
Like they
What do you
did. Not only did they
Oh,
not
oh,
do
like
Superman,
Smallville.
they did Smallville and
Yeah.
then
Krypton.
Krypton. Like they've
Yeah.
gone back.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, they
like
did
every
Krypton.
They went even
generation.
further
You're
back.
like
That's
Superman.
hilarious.
Here's his grandpa living in space.
Yeah,
That's-
But
yeah.
but because of the
Okay.
sun, no
Lobo's there
powers.
for some
But
reason.
Lobo
it's like
was
one of
the
those
main
things-
man.
I feel like it's
Brag.
funny bringing up Madam Web as well because I feel like we used to say that the worst version of like, oh, it's the character you kind of know for no reason. Like it was when Bruce Wayne's parents get shot in Joker and we're just like, really?
Yeah,
But now,
yeah.
like in Madam Web, Peter Parker gets born. And it's like, oh, all right. Okay. Like, am I supposed to be hyped for that? Like in Krypton, it's like the only important thing about this show is that eventually Superman will be born and the planet ends. But we can't mention Superman. So there's got to be like a big moment where they go, here's Jor-El. And everyone's like, oh my
No,
God.
they do mention
yeah.
Superman. Did you not watch the show?
No.
Of course you did. Of course you did. There's a guy from Earth that accidentally gets stuck in a time loop and he ends up on Krypton. And he's like, Krypton, that's where Superman's from. And they're like, who's that?
That's so ridiculously
It's like
That
just
is
a
the-
guy
that's the
from
worst.
like New Jersey.
That's
Is
actually
it like
the worst.
is it like Adam
Some
Strange or
guy
something?
from New Jersey.
No, it's I didn't.
It's just like a
finish
regular
season one.
human.
Maybe it is Adam Strange in the end, but when I watched it, it was a regular guy.
Wow. What era was this? This is
I
where you
gotta
just
know if
watched
this is
and
Hunter
read
Murray
everything.
disinformation or if this is real.
No, but like,
It
was
re-
this
it
this
really
was
could
during
have
the
been
Hunter
real.
era
couldn't it?
of him watching and reading everything, right? Because he thought he had to.
Yeah, because he thought he had
Yeah,
to.
this was like whenever Krypton season 1 came out, because this was season 1 that I watched.
Krypton. They made a Krypton, show.
Krypton
That's crazy.
Show.
What is the most egregious like thing they've made? Is it Madam Web? Is it like a Alfred Pennyworth show? Is it Krypton? Like what is the most egregious?
Krypton-
That's
Oh.
actually a fucking good
Krypton
question,
is
David.
crazy now that like I remember it. Like they made a
Superman's
show about the
grandpa.
planet that Superman died on. Or
Tyler,
Superman's
you are
parents died
correct.
on.
It is Adam Strange.
Oh.
But they didn't reveal that when I watched it. He was just
Yeah,
a guy
what do
named
I care
Adam.
though? Adam Strange isn't even have anything to do with Krypton.
But
He
was
goes
there,
to
he's just
s- to,
this
uh,
is,
To Ron,
What is the
to
most
Ran or
egregious?
whatever.
It has to be something CW. It has
yeah.
to be.
Well, does it have to be?
Batwoman
it-
got a show.
But Batwoman's
Legends
not
of
as
Tomorrow.
egregious as Madam Web.
Yeah, I think
No, I
Madam
guess it's
Web
not.
is still the most egregious.
Yeah, it has to be.
Maybe like
In like terms
I
of like
even
comic appearances to live action.
No, you know
like the
what?
ratio.
It would be
Morbius.
El Muerto if that gets made.
It's
That will take
Morbius.
the cake. That will take
Is
the
it
cake.
is it
if
not
that-
Morbius?
It's
No, 'cause
we
Morbius-
could
I
do like
can
a bracket,
see-
like how the college basketball does the bracket of like
Yeah.
the worst,
Yeah.
projects they've ever made.
But I can
I
see-
not
I think
by
Morbius-
execution, by just
Morbius
like why
versus
would you
Madam
make this?
Web. I'm
No, but
taking Morbius.
I can see the
any
somewhat
day.
logic in a Madam Web because at least she can connect the multiverse.
But she
Morbius.
doesn't.
Morbius-
She doesn't.
No, but they could say that she
Could
does.
potentially.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like her web
okay.
connects us all. But
Oh, yeah.
Morbius is just a C-list Spider-Man villain who's literally
C-list
done
is
nothing ever.
generous.
Nah,
Yeah.
do you remember those fucking Underworld movies back in the 2000s? They went off. That's just what Morbius is.
Isn't
Like,
Morbius
I know,
a Doctor
but
Strange
why they
villain?
make Morbius?
Madam Web is a movie for like Morbius is a movie for people that like bad vampire movies. At least Madam Web is
Oh,
for
is
no
it?
one.
Is it Agatha?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Wow,
It
that is a good point.
Nice. House of
Is
Harkness.
it one of those? Is it an Agatha? Is it a Wonder Man?
Is it an Echo?
I don't
Is
think
it
I
an
knew
Echo?
who Agatha was before
Echo?
WandaVision like trailer.
Ralph Boner?
You
the
said
show?
you knew who Agatha was.
No,
before
I
the
don't.
Wanda-
I don't think I knew who she was until like
Oh, okay.
WandaVision was coming out. But I knew who Madame Web was. I know
She
who Morbius
babysits
was.
like Franklin Richards in like a really early Fantastic
Yeah, she's
Four.
like
Yeah.
she's like an old woman.
Like
She's
literally
in-
a
she's in
babysitter
old-
for the
she-
fan. Reed
Yeah,
Richards
and
is like,
then-
we'll leave her with Agatha. We'll leave her with Agatha for the
and
day.
then in Assemble, she's so unimportant that in Avengers Disassembled, it's revealed that she's been dead for a very long time and nobody even knew. She's a skeleton by the time they get to her, and they're like, "Oh
That's
shit!
right.
I guess
That's
I guess
right.
Agatha died."
should have paid more attention to that one.
Exactly. Like that's how inconsequential Agatha was.
That's great. Oh my god.
It's so funny.
Why
It
do
was-
we keep supporting this stuff?
I don't know. I did see Madam Web. Oh god.
I saw Morbius. So.
Tyler's resume is a little shaky at best. He saw Black Adam twice. He
Wow.
saw
No.
more. He saw,
Is it Black
Madam
Adam?
Web.
Is it Black Adam?
No, I think Agatha's.
I mean, in
worse.
terms of
Nah.
comic appearances, though, it
I
might be.
guess.
It might
there was
be.
Like, I want to see the
period of- there
ratio.
wa-
Like, if you give me a ratio of everyone's comic appearances to live action appearances, right? Like Batman, 10,000, verse like
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
Black Adam is like what? Less than 100 to 1?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, how many
That's-
appearances
it's not less
does
than
Morbius
100.
even have?
You know, he's
100
definitely at
appearances?
like Miles Morales levels, probably like in terms of numbers. But Miles
Mhm.
has only existed for like 10 years, and he's
But
already.
Miles
up
has
there.
also had solo books for the last decade. Black Adam
he's-
has had.
Mm.
He's a good
Yeah.
character.
And
he's
he's
a good character.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's
also
Spider-Man.
Like,
But
He's
you
not
could also-
Shazam's villain.
Yeah,
like,
that's and he's Spider-Man,
sometimes when they don't have a lot of appearances, they can still be very successful in an adaptation. Look at Guardians
Like-
of the Galaxy.
yeah. Or Jessica Jones, yeah.
Jessica Jones, that's another good one. Yeah, those characters they don't.
Guardians
They
of the
don't appear
Galaxy's the
often.
anomaly, though. Like, I know we always use
Yeah.
that as the comparison. Like, well, maybe
Yeah.
they'll make it
It
better
shouldn't have
because
worked.
Guardians of the Galaxy worked. It's the
And it-
anomaly.
Eternals.
I know
it
that was,
didn't
and that
work.
was the argument, 10 years ago as well.
Right.
And
Eternals
yeah, I
is
think about that all the
fucking
time.
dog
I'm like,
water.
Guardians of the Galaxy is why they decided, like, oh, well, fuck it, we'll make Shang-Chi. But Shang-Chi is now why they're deciding to, like, oh, well, fuck it, we'll make Ironheart. And it's like, okay, did we need to get to Ironheart, though?
Ironheart.
You know?
Ironheart's another good one. Yeah,
I don't know.
but she's like known at least. Like people know
Is
who
she?
Ironheart
She's
is.
known because they're now making a show.
Ironheart,
Yeah.
Ironheart to me makes more sense than Agatha does.
It does, yeah.
Her name is
guess.
Agatha.
Because
House
Agatha's
of
just
Harkness
like
was
she.
the original name of that show. Like,
Yeah.
Darkhold
wasn't it
Diaries.
originally going to be called?
yeah.
It was Agatha all along.
That was
think
the
it was.
original name. That wasn't.
No, that was-
her-
that was a
thing's gone
name
through
that
like
came-
5
no, that
name
was more
changes.
recent.
At what point they're like, let's grab it?
Coven of
Yeah.
Chaos was the best one. Go to
They all suck.
Yeah,
Nah, Coven of Chaos goes
What's the
hard.
newest? What is it actually? Darkhold Diaries.
Darkhold Diaries.
Darkhold Diaries. Yeah, no, I thought Agatha all along was like the most recent one.
Joshua
it's
House
Darkhold
of
Diaries.
Harper. Like, could you imagine?
Yeah, but
Joshua
I don't-
House of Harper's mom. Like, because he used to
I
live with his
feel
mom.
like I
that'd be
feel like
crazy.
if I feel like if a
Don't go for
Scarlet
those
Witch movie
jokes.
was called Scarlet Witch Coven of Chaos, that'd be a good ass name. It's
Scarlet
only
Witch
the Agatha
Coven of Maximoff.
Coven of Max. Whatever.
Honestly, yeah.
You know,
Like Harvard, Doctor Strange, Coven of Chaos. That goes hard.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
it's
sure,
a
but
good
it's
name.
just-
It's just the Agatha
Yeah, I
part.
guess
that
it's the
sucks.
Agatha part,
It's
yeah.
like-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Agatha all
Going back to
along.
Joker real quick, since the sequel has like a French title, should we be referring to Joker 1 as Joker instead of Joker 1?
Come on.
How long you been holding that joke in?
Since
The
we
whole
since
time?
we were talking about it, but I
Nice. There's
completely
been a whole 10 minutes where he's like,
Joker.
Joker. Oh,
What's
Joker
Joker
won.
2? Joker Folie 2.
I
Agatha
don't
all
know how
along.
true.
Oh my god, it's really called Agatha all
The
along.
Darkhold Diaries.
oh, but it's
God.
Can We Get Toast as a source, which is a
Yeah, I know
it's not
exactly. So
official.
exactly.
It could
They
be
made
though.
it
It could
because
be.
of that song.
Yeah. That would be the
Wow.
4th time they changed the name.
Yeah. We're wow. Wow. Yeah, I got nothing. Wow.
That
a
should
bunch
have.
of
I
shit.
think that's just the topic for the podcast. Honestly.
That was
just
was
weird adaptations.
I could honestly, I would be absolutely fine if that's what we pivoted into. Because like, how long have we been doing this?
Yeah, we're not an hour yet. We're 50 minutes in. But
Oh, okay, we're doing it. We're doing it.
well, we're out of news now, so
Yeah.
are we?
Well, I guess
Yeah.
now we have to make the choice. Do we keep going with live action adaptations, or do we talk about the starting place for comics?
oh, Thor: Love and Thunder sure was bad. Okay, I'm out
It's
of
not an
topics.
anomaly though. That's just a bad movie. They're making a 5th. They're doing a 5th.
Yeah, out of
they-
any character who gets 5 movies, fucking Thor, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
That's egregious.
They'll make
That
a
is
good
insane.
one this time, though.
Well,
Well,
Fast
they've
and
only
Furious, it
done
got good at
one.
5, right? So
Yeah.
Did it though?
Fast 5
Because the first Fast and Furious is good. The second one, it's good. It's pretty good.
I mean, all right.
5 is James
When
when
Bond.
Paul
right?
Walker said "cuh," I felt that.
You did say club, but wasn't that Too Fast, Too Furious?
That might be 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Isn't-
cuh.
I've never seen a single one of those.
Isn't
movies.
5
Time for you and
James
Vicky to
Bond?
binge them all.
5 is James
Okay.
Bond, yeah.
Does it have a
Stop.
big lizard in it?
Stop watching Breaking Bad and Better
Is
Call
there
Saul.
a Harper?
It's True cinema.
Stop watching Breaking Bad.
And Fast and Furious.
Harper, seeing how these movies are going, there's a good chance the big lizard will appear.
I think
Yeah,
they
I was
could
gonna
do-
say that actually
I think
could
they
happen.
could do time travel,
I'd love that.
like in the new in Fast. It's not even Fast 11. It's Fast X Part 2.
Is he gonna go back and save Paul Walker? That'd be nuts.
Oh my gosh. You know, I wouldn't put it against him for that to be the plot line of the next Fast and Furious movie.
It wasn't like all the dead characters are returning too.
Well, they killed them all is the thing. John Cena blew up and Gal Gadot blew up, but they're going to come back.
Darn, we lost
Yeah.
John Cena. And
We lost
Gal Gadot.
Jacob Toretto, Dominic Toretto's brother.
Who are they played by?
Who played by?
Who's Jake? Is that an actual character?
Oh, Jacob is John Cena and Dominic is Vin Diesel.
is he dead?
John
Yeah, he got
Cena is
crushed
Vin
in a
Diesel's
car or
brother?
whatever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
got
John
blown-
Cena is Vin Diesel's brother. Yeah,
And he
Yeah, I
got
don't
blown up
see
in
it
a
either.
car.
but also think
Right.
that we were 9 movies in when they revealed that he had a brother, and he was John Cena, and he's like a super international, like the greatest spy ever in the world, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, that's Dom's
My God.
brother."
Can I know I brought it up in the group chat. I thought it was so funny. I watched Kong Skull Island yesterday,
Fantastic.
and
movie.
it was the weirdest experience of my life to watch a post-credit scene that I saw like 3 years ago, and yet I got like really hyped when I watched it sitting on my couch at home.
Wait, you hadn't ever seen that movie, right?
I had not seen Kong before because he wasn't my man.
Whoa,
Dude, that's
I
a
didn't know
fucking.
that.
I swear that's an excellent movie.
It's
It
very good.
was quite. I thought it was quite good. Yeah, it was enjoyable. It's super dumb. Like I can see where
so
the
dumb.
MonsterVerse would go from. Like it is a very natural like setup for what like,
To get
comes
dumb,
after.
yeah.
Yeah, but like that credit scene where he's just like Kong isn't the only king on this planet, and they go through all the fucking paintings of like Rodan and King Ghidorah and
Bro,
Godzilla,
now imagine
and then
that
it
in
cuts
theaters.
to black, and you hear that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Imagine
but I was
that in
like,
theaters, dude.
oh, bro, it would have been insane.
Yeah.
I had that level of hype even sitting on my couch going, wait, I've seen Godzilla versus Kong
Yeah, I
and
saw
the new
that
one. Like I
movie
know where
already.
this goes, and I'm still hyped.
It's like if you watch Captain America again and you see the
Yeah.
Avengers trailer and you're like, dude,
yeah,
that
I'd
movie
be
looks
like,
sick.
yo, but I was
There's
like
this
so like,
Thor and Iron Man.
but that is genuine. Like, what? Oh man, that's so cool. How is that universe better
Better than the
fucking
DCEU? It's so sad. You know what? They didn't bring back. Oh my god! I was about to say they didn't bring back any dead characters, but they brought back Mothra.
They did bring back Mothra, although like they teased bringing back Mothra in the last one anyway. There was an egg.
Yeah.
King of the
There
Monsters.
was an
There
egg.
It was
There
an
was
egg in
egg.
King of the Monsters.
But did you
There was an
predict
egg.
that the person bringing him back would be a little girl wearing a shirt that says juice on it?
I did not predict a civilization of like mute psychics under the planet that control gravity with crystal pyramids. No, I didn't.
And they're
You didn't
totally
predict
okay
that?
with everyone walking in too.
Did
Yeah,
you
they're
predict the
okay.
monkey slavery?
I didn't predict much.
What a good movie. What an excellent movie.
I
Yeah, it
love
made
it.
so much money. Did you see how much money that movie made?
I did. Yeah, didn't it like make triple its budget in like the first like
It
day or something?
over projected. Like people were like, "That's gonna make 50 million." That was like the projections, and it made like 90 million.
Love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, that's so good.
You know, like people, you know how people like really like the Transformers movies, no matter how bad they are, they like really enjoy them still and get hyped. Like I am that for the MonsterVerse.
But those are
Like,
good.
I don't give a
Don't
fuck.
you dare compare them. The Transformers
I
movies
ca-
are bad, but the MonsterVerse is good. Dude,
I
I
can't.
swear. Kong is. You saw Kong. It's good.
It is
It
a
is
good
good.
movie.
And
I have
Godzilla's good.
I have an unhealthy obsession with the
King
first
of
Godzilla movie.
Monsters
I
is
think that movie's
fantastic.
fucking excellent.
I think King of the Monsters is the worst of the bunch.
I think King of the I think King of the Monsters. I don't know. I don't mind it. I like it.
I think
It's because it's not as dumb as the Kong crossover ones. Like maybe that's why.
Oh,
but
the,
it's
the
also,
human characters in that is terrible.
so terrible. Remember, she's
Yeah.
like, she's an eco-terrorist, so she sets
Oh, the
Ghidorah
eco terrorist
free.
shit. Yeah, I was so happy that she died.
Woke.
so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
she
yeah.
gets blown up or whatever.
But, like-
Godzilla versus Kong though is a movie that I don't even notice I do this, but a lot of times when I'm bored or I need to do something and I need something in the background, I'll put
Yeah.
on the Godzilla Kong fight.
It's ridiculously enjoyable.
Even the boat
It's-
one's good.
It is like a comfort movie, genuinely. Like I'll just put it on.
The fight. Are you talking about, Hunter?
Yeah, on the
No,
ship.
that's hype as fuck. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
when
It's so
Kong just
sick, yeah.
punches Godzilla.
Dude,
Yeah,
they did
dude, the
Batman v
punch was
Superman
sick.
right in that. They had 3 fights and they
Three
both
fights,
got
yeah.
one each, and then the final was a tiebreaker. And they didn't even do that in a movie
Mm.
called Batman versus Superman.
They did that in Civil War, Captain America.
They did do it in
Kind
Civil
of.
War.
Yeah.
Well,
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, Harper, but Ghost Machine did come out today.
I'm here for it.
Ghost Machine came out today. Oh, look at good for
Well,
them.
Good for them.
Good for that.
Stupidest joke that we still
So,
do.
Hunter, you said you haven't read any of these yet, huh?
No, I wanted to hear you guys talk
Eh?
about it, and then I'll decide. I
You
am
haven't
a
read
broke.
any of them yet.
But if
eh?
you weren't broke, you would be reading them.
If I weren't broke, I'd be reading Rook. I don't think I read the others though.
I
Yeah,
like
I
Red
feel
Coat
like
the
Red
most, I
Coat-
think.
I was gonna say Red Coat's kind of a book for you and me, JD. We're both Americans here. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
like it's
Hell
a
yeah.
guy. It's about the It's about
Even
a
though it's
character.
about a British guy.
I can't even name a single state. So
You can't even
That
name
is
a single
just not
American
true.
person.
That's patently untrue.
name a state, Hunter. I don't know. See,
Times Square.
The
Red Stairs.
The Red Stairs. Is that the capital of New York?
it is the capital of New York where you go
It
there.
is.
and you're
It's the
like-
center of the universe, is what people say. So
I dreamt that I visited there the other night, and I whispered under my breath, "I'm like, Electro is here." But
Good God.
you dreamt that you visited there, and you whispered under your breath, "Electro was here."
yeah, as I like put my hand on the metal, but I didn't touch the metal. I just like hovered,
Yeah.
just in case. Just a blue lightning.
I mean, I wouldn't touch it because it's dirty New York stairs,
Yeah.
personally.
And
But
Mil-
Electro
millions of people.
zapped that thing. Have you seen Amazing Spider-Man
and
2?
Electro's
No,
That's canon to 2014, guys. Like,
that happened.
I forgot when I was 15 years old when I went to Times Square. I was like, oh, I forgot. Who's that blue guy?
Hunter, out of our.
Why
out of
won't
our
anyone let him
two-
blow out his birthday candles?
Yeah.
Can you
Hunter,
imagine
out
if
of
that
our
was
two-
real? Like that's real. There's an electric man, and people are freaking out, and firefighters there, and everything, and a young JD there, and he just says, "Who's that blue guy?"
Yeah. Let the man blow out his birthday candles, will you? You trying to pick on the guy trying to blow out his birthday candles?
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
That actually was me, Cannon. Yeah,
Cannon, yeah, Cannon.
You're gonna rewatch the
Cannon. I am
movie?
Joey Diaz, apparently.
Rewatch the movie,
You
and
wanna get them?
JD's in the crowd. Everyone's like running, and JD's standing there, like, just pointing.
I was actually the kid in Amazing Spider-Man 2. I put on the mask and I faced down Zirino.
no.
The Rhino.
You got bullied in that alleyway. Or like
That is
they-
canon to my
they had to
life.
fix your thingy.
Yeah.
Your shit project. He made a fan. Good fucking job, kid. Like I have a fan.
Yeah, yeah. What? I got one right here. Oh wow, what a great scientific discovery.
In canon, Tyler was one of the
This is a
kids.
wind turbine. You made this. It's like they
Yeah.
made that thousands of years ago, Pete. Don't do that.
Patronize this child. Yeah. come
Yeah.
I know a guy who built a car.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I built these, and you just built the fucking fan, you little bitch. Like I could do
I'm
anything.
fucking Spider-Man. I'm fucking
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Do I have webs
Doing
on
what,
his face?
Spider-Man?
Oh,
There's a thing of the first one he webs the guy's face and like pokes the holes in the nose so he can breathe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just to the kid.
Oh man, that's another. Oh, I really like the first.
Yeah, it's
Amazing
another bad
Spider-Man.
movie. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
I
shut
love
the
that
fuck up.
movie. I love
My
that
weakness,
movie.
very small knives.
movie. Yeah, I like that movie.
Sorry,
I like it a lot.
Ghost Machine. I gotta get the Sonic lore ready because I need you guys to know.
Oh
it.
god.
Oh hell yeah.
Ghost Machine is a imprint of Image Comics started by Jeff Johns and company. It
There's a lot
started
of
with
names here.
it started with the Mad Ghost universe with the original book
Ghost!
Geiger,
Yes.
but then they kind of rebranded it as
Mad
time
Ghost.
went on to Ghost Machine.
yeah,
I
Mad
don't know
Ghost
what
was
the significance
also-
is behind the name, but like
It was also Jeff
cool.
Johns' production company. Is Mad Ghosts Productions.
okay, yeah, that was what the original like Geiger said. It was a 6-issue series from like 2021, maybe
A
2020.
lot of names here. Yeah.
But since then, they've gotten huge names of comics, including Jason Fabok, Brian Hitch,
Gary
Francis
Frank,
Manoppo, Peter
yeah,
Tomasi,
Pete
Gary
Tomasi.
Frank. Brad Anderson.
Meltzer, Brad Anderson. Yeah.
These are
Ivan
like
Rice.
giant names in comics. But the big thing about it was that they all went
They're pretty-
exclusive with
They're only
Ghost
like
Machine.
7 letters
They're not
each. What are you
making
talking
DC and
about?
Marvel books while making these books, which is nuts.
Well, I think some of them are wrapping up books that they have, right? Like Pete Tomasi is still doing that.
I think it's like
Sinestro
exclusive,
Sun
like from
book.
here on out. Is like
Yeah.
how they. I don't know how it works. It's contract, but either way, crazy that like all these people are like, "Yep, let's jump on." Hunter
Well,
kind of
do
compared
you-
it to like when Image started,
But
and it's
here's
not
the
quite
thing.
to that scale, but like
Yeah.
It's a similar
big.
story, at least.
It's trying to be Image. I mean, there's like there's like their mission, quota in the back where they're like, this is what Ghost Machine's all about, and they're clearly like, it says creators characters you'll love, welcome to Ghost Machine, and it's like, oh, we'll all own our own characters and all this stuff. It's literally under Image, but it's very also clearly trying to be a new version of Image, like a modern version of Image.
Like Vertigo.
No,
Vertigo's
and
an imprint of DC though.
Yeah, but isn't this an imprint of Image?
It also crosses over. with DC
oh, this is the
characters.
Vertigo of Image.
I'm
you're
saying this is the Vertigo of Image. isn't it?
Kind of.
Okay, maybe. All right.
Why did that take so much explanation?
I thought you just saying it was like Vertigo. I was like, no,
No, not like in content. I just meant like the way the label's working.
kind of. But anyway, there was 3 books that came out this week, right?
Yeah, there's
Rook
Geiger, which
Exodus.
is continuing from the miniseries,
Geiger,
there's
but it
Rook
is a new issue
Exodus.
number 1, and then there was Red Coat.
and then there's
which I
Red
also
Coat.
have.
So
I like that dude.
Geiger
That Rook
is
dude looks cool.
Jeff Johns and Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. Rook Exodus is Jason Fabok and Jeff Johns, and then Red Coat is Brian Hitch and Jeff Johns. So Jeff's writing everything,
Yeah,
which
this
I can
is his
only.
baby.
I'm waiting for the delays to come because I know they're gonna.
Yeah, and especially he's writing 3 at a time, dude. And he's
Yeah.
running this company. Oh my god.
It's a lot, but
And but even at the end, it says, "Oh, none of the issues will be delayed. They'll come out monthly." It's like I don't believe.
I don't believe you.
I
Doomsday
remember
Clock,
Doomsday
Justice
Clock, yeah.
Society, Batman Earth 1. How many things has he delayed over the years?
But I guess my big question, JD, going into this,
Go on.
because I read Rook, I read Red Coat, do you think this is gonna matter in a year?
I mean, honestly, it depends on how this first year goes. They're
Yeah.
putting a lot of like books out.
There's
and
so much effort. It's a lot
if
of
they can
hoopla.
prevent delays, I think yes, it will matter in a year because all the books are in the same timeline, and it's like a lot of people's gripes with like
Sure.
Marvel or DC or whatever is that it's hard to get into because there's thousands and thousands of issues and there's so much timeline, there's so much lore. This is literally you can start at the beginning of this universe, and every book ends with the same timeline of like, hey, this is where you are in the timeline.
Yeah,
Like
and
an
it is
explanation.
It's the same universe altogether. All of it's
It's all the same universe. So there's this,
Yeah.
1776 when Red Coat starts. There's
There's a
in
timeline.
the 70s when Junkyard Joe comes online. There's Geiger, which is like
see,
2040, and then there's Rook Exodus, which is like 2170. So it's
Yeah,
like
and that was
different
interesting.
parts of the same timeline. Yeah, there's
I
the
didn't
timeline
know
right there.
that until I saw this page, but like it is all in the same universe, which is interesting. I okay, I guess the question is, what did you think of the books?
So I think Rook Exodus is a lot of concept, but like it's one issue, so it's kind of hard to be like
Felt
that
like
was great.
yeah, there
I think
wasn't
it has good
a
vibes,
lot
but like
here.
you know,
I think it has good vibes. Let me think. Do I think
the
it has
art
good
goes
vibes?
insane, and I mean it's a cool concept, right? Like there's another planet. Earth is like overpopulated and like ruined, so
Art-
they go to
art
a new
goes insane.
planet, but they also ruin this other planet.
Art goes insane. Yeah, it does.
Goes
go
hard.
insane. Yeah, it
Walking
goes
Dead
insane.
vibes right there.
Walking
Oh,
Dead
got
vibes.
his attention. Got his attention.
That is
You
really
did.
good.
You really did.
Black Adam vibes.
Oh God, Darth
But I
Vader
thought
vibe.
okay, so a weird thing about this universe, at least I think it's kind of odd, is that the masks they have, right? So like Rook, I had to Google it because a Rook is a bird. He's got a bird
Mm.
mask, and he controls birds.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then the
And
guy who's got like the pig mask.
he's got a
controls, like,
friend
the
called
pigs.
Swine who's got a pig mask who can
Yeah.
control pigs.
Yeah, the pig. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is the concept for this book. We have masks that control our animals.
So I knew nothing
I
about Rook
don't. I
Exodus.
don't hate it.
I think it's here. So there's this page right here. This is all the characters I'm assuming will meet, right? So there's like
Yeah.
a person with antlers and deer control and wolf control, and there's a spider one which is kind of cool, snake one. But again, I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of concepts in this that don't
a lot of
have time to
concepts.
sink in because it's just issue 1, obviously.
Right.
And I feel like the helmet animal thing is the lamest of them all.
I agree.
But it
I
gets
think
the most
more interesting
focus.
concept is the planet that he's on is like basically abandoned. Why is the new planet that they went to abandoned? Right? Why did they exodus from there? And
Why
then
did they
also,
Exodus? Why did they Rook Exodus?
what happened to his daddy's barn? Like who fucked up his crops?
Yeah.
Because clearly his dad didn't burn him down.
So there's a lot of questions.
There's a lot of questions, but it's an issue 1, right?
It
So
is an
there's
issue
enough
1.
to like hook you in. I agree that the animal concept is like the least interesting, but like there's no food on this new planet. He's like one of like 3 people on the whole planet. He knows the animals are going to turn on him when his mask stops working. Like there's something there.
It's
And
interesting. I
the
think
art's
there's
really
gonna-
good.
Yeah, the art's really good. There's gonna be like a larger message I'm seeing that like because a lot of it is basically like Earth is dying. And so they promise people jobs on this new planet where they're like, oh,
Right.
fuck Earth, move to
I'm sure there's going to be a lot
Exodus?
of like environmental, things. There's going to be like some
Yeah.
corporation like
And so
greed
I just
and all
want
that. Like
that
there's going
to
to be
get-
concepts.
I want that to get started. I was interested in that. I want to get into
Right.
that.
And I think it's gonna. My biggest question is, and I think this goes across all the or all the Mad Ghost Machine books. Will the artist stay on
Image
the book?
Mad Ghost
Sorry,
Ghost
it took
Machine.
a minute to get out.
Will the artist stay on the book?
Will the artist stay on the books? Will it be Jason Fabok for 3 issues and then we get a guest artist, or will Jason Fabok be like the only artist on this book? Because
Well, he kinda
I think if
has
you
to
could
be,
keep the
right?
same artist, like if I'm reading every month Rook Exodus and it's Jason Fabok month after month, or I'm reading Geiger and it's it's Gary Frank every single month, that helps me stay engaged with the story, and that makes me be like,
Yeah.
all right, this is a
I-
distinct,
I swear I read something in one of these at the back of one of these issues where it said like that they were going to do that. I don't know where
Yeah.
it was, but I swear I read that because like they had to
I hope-
promise it.
if they could keep the delays to a minimum and then they could keep the same artists on the same books, I think it could be a success. Because so Geiger was like the original book, right? And then at the end of Geiger, they have like an 80-page issue that like teases the rest of the universe. And in that 80-page issue, they tease like a team up of everybody. So there's like a panel that has Geiger, the glowing man, the red coat, and a few of the other characters like all in the same, and it was like how the hell did they get there? Like they're all from different times. Like at one point at the end of Junkyard Joe, they come out of like the time, you see them in the background like come out of like a portal, and all of a sudden like they're looking at Junkyard Joe and then they go back out. So like there's
your left.
there's some kind of like timeline. I don't know, it's
What the
interesting.
hell? That is weird. I didn't know that.
I feel it's I feel like as nice as it would be to have like artists stay on for the whole book, I feel like the only way to keep it sustainable and make it not just like a long mini series is that people are going to come and go. Like the only way you can really maintain month to month ongoing for an extreme amount
Just
of
get
time
Charlie
is if you,
Adlard.
is to do Charlie Adlin and just have black and
or
white.
Mark
yeah.
Bagley. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
like-
okay, so this is what it says. It says our goal is simple: deliver great comic books centered around great characters with the best art on the stands month after month.
Yeah.
And that could mean anything.
That could
And
mean
again,
anything, and also
if Fabok
nothing.
did like 6 issues and then after 6 issues it's like, all right, it's a new arc and we're moving on to a different artist, I could kind of wrap my brain around it.
Yeah,
A lot of these
Yeah.
books were supposed to come out, like Redcoat was originally slated to come out in 2022. So I feel like a lot of the art is
Wow.
probably already done. And because it was delayed for 2 years, they probably have a lot to just release and send and go.
I feel as though that's not a good sign that it was already delayed for 2 years.
Well, I think it's because originally they weren't going to do the whole Ghost Machine imprint. Originally, it was just like somewhat connecting to Geiger, and then I think they decided we're going to make it a full universe. We're going to take all these creators.
Mhm.
Like originally, it was just like in the world of Geiger is this red coat, you know.
But
Mm.
do
And then I
you-
think the bigger universe came in.
Do you think though, because at the end again with this, this mantra they put out, this whole thing where they're like, it says, as our company grows, we'll invite tomorrow's superstars to join our Ghost Machine family and co-own
Hunter Murray,
the
yes.
universes of characters we're building together.
That's me.
So does that mean that anyone that comes in, like a new writer, is going to have to make a story in this universe?
In the universe, yeah, I
yeah,
think so.
I think it's
Is-
all going to connect.
But is that like limiting? Do people want to do that?
I
I
think
mean,
if
I-
you're
I
doing
think-
this universe, that's just how you got to do it. You
Well,
just-
and I think the cool thing is that, from 1776 to like 2050, there's a lot of timeline to use. Like you
Yeah.
can tell, like
I mean,
Junkyard Joe doesn't feel like the other books because it's set like originally in Vietnam and then like in the 90s. So it's like it doesn't really feel like any of the other books
So you
because
can
it's
kinda-
like it's in its
yeah.
own
pretty
time.
sure Vietnam existed in the 90s. Anyway.
Originally Vietnam in the 70s.
Oh, the war.
The war. in
Oh,
Vietnam.
not the punch,
Oh.
you gotta punch him in the head.
Punch me
this
in
is-
the
I'm
head.
this
gonna punch him in the
literally-
head.
This is literally Harper right there.
Oh
Just
my
fall
gosh,
into your
he's
sword.
I
falling
was
on
gonna
his
say that
sword.
looks like him.
Speak to me like that again.
That was Harper when he lived with his mom and he
Sorry,
was being too
Mom.
loud.
Sorry,
Mom.
mom. Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom.
But I just
That's
yeah,
sad.
I wonder because I don't know. I actually don't know what I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, well
wonder all
said.
that. Yeah,
It's an exciting concept because I think like when DC Rebirth #1 came out, I think Jeff had a vision of DC Comics and what he wanted to do, and it was spread across different books. But the thing about working for a company like DC or working for Marvel is like, yeah, you can have a vision, but like ultimately, it's not going to last that long, and it's probably
Tom
you're-
King
you
will
don't-
only do 12
don't
issues
have
on it.
you don't have control of every book.
Yeah.
In terms of Ghost Machine, he has control of every book.
But then do
So
you
I think
think
when it's like a smaller, universe, you have way more say
Well,
on everything. And
I'm
you can
just
make it the way
wondering
you
then,
want it.
if we're working with people from Marvel, from DC, again, when we get this new wave, like, okay, so we talk about Image, right? The Image second wave was what, like Kirkman, right? And Kirkman comes along and he does The Walking Dead, he does Invincible, he does Science Dog or whatever.
The astonishing
it's-
Wolfman.
It's all
Rick
it's all
Grimes
his stuff.
3000 or whatever.
Yeah, it's all his stuff, and it's all really unconventional because he's just like nobody at that point. He's just
Yeah.
really trying his hardest. Does Jeff Johns become Dan DiDio, and do people get upset that they have to fit into the Jeff Johns Ghost Machiniverse?
Maybe, but at the same time,
yeah.
it's like you're a creator who wants to do indie stuff. This is maybe a way to get into it where other creators who want to do their indie stuff have to self-fund it, which can be very hard. Like when I met Jeremy Adams last, he was talking like, oh, I'd love to do indie stuff, but like honestly, I don't think I have the base for it yet. I don't think I could like print it myself and sell. Like I don't think it would sell yet. I need to keep building that fan base. So like I think this gives smaller creators who are known, that kind of output of like, hey, you can make books and people, will read them, but you don't have to do all the funding yourself. Like you're part of a bigger project.
But I also wonder then, are they plotting like does
Bro
Jeff-
wants to actually kill himself. Look at
Hunter.
him. Look at him.
and you guys think I look disengaged.
It took me so long to get into the camera app on my phone, and he didn't move the entire time.
Hunter looks
I have a
extremely
busy day
sad.
tomorrow. He's like, just fucking like take me out of here, bro.
What I was gonna say is, do you think Jeff and all of them have books planned, and they would give it to a new writer and be like, "This is the book you gotta write," or is it like, "Oh, you just pitch your own thing and the Ghost Machine rules"? I guess we'll see.
I think it's like you pitch your own thing, because originally the Tomasi book was gonna be, it was called Snipe and Slug when the original Geiger came out.
Snipe and Slug.
It was about like a sniper in like the military, and like that was like the concept, but it never, like nothing ever developed with it. And I remember I saw Tomasi at a con and I asked, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we're still working on it." On all the books that are announced in the end, that is not one of them. Instead, he's working on the Rockefellers. So like with Francis Manupple. So I'm wondering, like, is it like maybe you pitch something and then they're like, yeah, maybe, or maybe it doesn't work out. Hey, we have this book for you instead. Like Francis Manupple wants to do this book called Rockefellers. What do you think?
Yeah, that's
so. Pairing good writers and good artists like might be kind of like how they try to work this. I don't know.
You know what?
My problem that I think they might run into is that I think they might try to go too broad too fast, because you saw all the titles they have like announced at the end.
Yeah.
It's like what, like 8 different books? Like
counting so there's
here.
3 this
1, 2, 3, 4,
then
5. There's 6 more in the beyond section there.
Yeah, and a lot of those, like,
I think if you started with 3 books and it was just like 3 books for a while, you could get people to read it, because it's not that much money.
And then maybe cross them over at some point or do something, and then maybe expand.
When it becomes 8 books, I'm not reading all 8 books. I'll read all 3, but I'm not reading 8 books.
Because I'm even looking at these and like there's no description on what these are, right? Like one of them is called First Ghost, and then the little dot in the eye is the White House, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Right.
First Ghost, or Hornsby and Halo?
Yeah, like
or Hyde Street or the Soulless. Like, I want to know what these things are.
I just want Sniper Slug or whatever. I want a little slug.
I honestly thought Snipe and Slug. You said it's like a war comic.
I think it was like a military sniper. I forget.
See, I was thinking it was a slug with a gun, and
I was thinking it's like Ren and Stimpy.
Well, slug is like a term for like a bullet.
No, I know it's a term for a shell. Yeah, but like still,
okay.
Like, I just
in Australia, I don't even think they have guns, so I didn't know.
Shotguns. Like we have shotguns here, bro.
Shotguns.
Well, you need shotguns to deal with all those kangaroos.
It's I know in Britain you guys only use knives, but you know.
I don't know. I've never been. The only thing I know is Tom Holland and cricket.
Give me your wallet, mate.
Yeah, I'm investing into the Ghost Machine for now. We'll see. When I wore my Ghost Machine sweater, by the way, when I wore my Ghost Machine sweater, one of the guys that I work with was like, "Oh, Ghost Machine, I've heard of them," and I'm like, "No,
you fucking have not.
There's no way you have."
I'm sure you have not.
This movie, right?
I will bet you many amounts of money. But...
Oh, good. What's your favorite album? It's like, no.
Yeah. Oh, were you gatekeeping? Name 5 Ghost Machine songs. I mean, comics.
I was just like,
You're not even reading Rook Exodus.
What I do really like so far about these books, and every
is it the wraparound
Ghost Machine
covers?
Well, that's cool too.
That is
but there are no ads inside the book. Like DC, there's 10 in-house ads per issue, and it drives me fucking crazy.
There's
because
no ads in image books either, though.
Yeah, I love that.
In
there's not a single ad. Like, so you just keep reading the story. Like, you feel very engaged the entire time, as opposed to like the DC books when it's like a serious panel, and then I have to look at like Sinister Sons, coming to you soon. And I'm like, no.
I sure do love Lex Luthor and Superman. Whatever this is.
Bad dream. It just drives me fucking.
Whatever this is.
Bad dreams.
Redcoat was good. You know what? I out of all of these, if I'm only gonna pick one to continue reading, which I really might do, I'm probably gonna pick Redcoat.
I like Redcoat a lot.
You're investing in the Ghost Machine.
I'm saying that I'm investing in the Ghost Machine.
He's all in on the Ghost Machine.
Yeah, Melbourne is all in. Wow, what a weird reference.
Wow, what a reference.
And I just want to know what these other books are. I don't know. I want to know. I mean, I know we know what Rockefellers is, but like, I want to know what Hyde Street is, what the Soulless is. I want to know.
Given that none of them have release dates, I'm assuming like as they start to come out, they'll be like in the back, like, here's a 4-issue preview or a 4-page preview into what it's going to be.
Oh yeah.
But
excited,
Redcoat is about a guy named Simon Pure who's basically immortal. He's like a bum British soldier who like
he is a fucking bum.
He's a bum. And he abandons like
bum.
his troops. Like he's literally a shitbag. He always says like, I don't know where my next meal is coming from. but he ends up becoming immortal because they were trying to make Ben Franklin immortal in like some weird like cult. Like that's literally Ben Franklin right there, the guy in the $100
Ben
bill.
Franklin. He's on our
And-
$100 bill.
And instead he literally just falls. Like he falls into like the thing that was gonna hit Ben Franklin, and it becomes immortal. So like it's literally like the down on his luck bum.
He's
He's
such a
Electro.
bum.
He fell into the fucking electric eel.
No, he
thing.
literally did. Look at him.
Yeah.
And they fixed. The
And even
Japanese
Ben
teeth.
Franklin literally says
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck? Like, what's happening?"
But it's
But-
and then there's a part where like a little German kid comes up to him and is like, "Hey, I'm Albert Einstein." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, what are we doing?" This
Yeah,
is
the Albert
crazy,
Einstein was a
dude.
little weird, but I like that he's even being immortal, he's still a bum. He's died like 14 times. He's always in debt. Like he literally,
Yeah.
you're immortal. You can't figure it out.
He pisses off the same people in the same families like
Yeah.
through generations, where it's like he'll show up and he'll be like, "You killed my brother," and then he'll kill that guy, and then like 30 years
killed
later,
my
he'll be like,
uncle.
"You killed my uncle," and like he'll kill that guy, and it's like 40 years later, it's like, "You killed my stepbrother," and it's like he's just never gonna learn this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So does it end taking place in the present?
No.
Well, it's Albert Einstein, so it's like whenever Albert Einstein was a kid.
It's the
I don't
late
know,
1800s.
late
Yeah.
1800s.
He's a little
Um,
kid. Albert Einstein's like
Is
20.
yeah.
Arthur Morgan there?
Basically, it
might
ends
be.
with like the cult who like gave him his powers is like now surrounding him with guns. So
He's
I don't know,
immortal.
It's
Is
it's-
that
it's
Hitch?
interesting. Yeah,
it's
Brian
pretty
Hitch is the artist.
That's pretty good for.
I
He's
thought
just a
this
good
was
artist,
Hitch's-
man.
But like
I
Hitch
like
is usually
Brian
like
Hitch.
very like shadowy. Very,
Yeah, it's all
like-
blocky shadows.
But you know the thing
Yeah.
about Brian Hitch is that like, you guys know widescreen comics. You heard that term?
No.
It's basically, I think it's something Brian Hitch invented in the early 2000s, which was
Didn't catch
basically
on.
like to make it. No, it of course it could, bro. This is the point though. Is like it's what he did in the Ultimates. It's what he did in the Authority, and it's basically like the cinematization of comic books, where it's like making comic book panels movie frames.
Yeah.
It's called the widescreen. You just open the page and it's like a giant splash page kind of thing. And
Yeah.
that was all Brian Hitch. And I think a lot of the reason comics look the way they do it today is actually because of him. I think he's a really good artist. I know you guys are kind of iffy on him. I think he's really good.
I like a lot of Hitch
Justice
stuff. I
League
just think
Rebirth that he wrote is garbage.
garbage.
Right? And so
Yeah.
is New 52 JLA, also garbage.
Also garbage.
I don't know.
But
Do not
I
let
like
that man
his
write a
art.
single book.
Yeah,
The
don't let
way
him
he-
write,
yeah.
but let him draw sometimes.
The way he drew Black Panther and Ultimate Invasion, no detail at all, except for
I think he
like
was busy
weird
probably doing Red
eyes.
Code, dude.
Probably that looked rushed.
But Ultimates looks good. I don't care. I mean, like it's terrible, but Ultimates
Yeah.
looks good.
I
swear.
think in recent years he hasn't been at the top. Like he did. What was the Superman book he did? Was it The Last Days of Lex Luthor? I don't know. There was one where I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
this
no, he's doing
does
that.
not
He
look
was in that
good.
Wade book, right?
This does not look good at all. Yeah, it was the one that has the one issue, and then the rest is to be determined when it comes out.
Ugh.
Like I thought, God, this is so shadowy. It doesn't really look great, but I think Redcoat looks really good, like art wise. It looks
yeah, I
like
like Red
he's
Coat.
That did
taking his
look good.
time. And I mean, if it was supposed to come out 2 years ago, maybe he has taken his time.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it did come. Maybe he drew it 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I'm interested in all these books. I think it's like a big launch day, and I mean, time will tell, right? In a year from now,
Yeah.
they could be
Will it
balling. A year
matter?
from
We
now,
gotta
they might
set
be
up-
like terrible.
We got to set something that'll tell us in a year from now. Did it matter? Does it
Did it
matter
matter?
still?
Did
All right.
they
Someone can
cook?
do that for us.
Can I briefly make a comment that I made to Hunter before we started recording that I just think is funny to think about?
What
Go
is
ahead.
it?
If I told you, like you hadn't seen or known anything about either of them, and you just were taking them off of company and budget and production, and comparing them, what do you think would end up being the far superior product? The 6-episode Obi-Wan Kenobi series by Disney, or the 6-episode Rick Grimes TV show on AMC Plus? What do you think would be better? Is that
and
not
you and your
astounding?
hatred for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Apparently it's massive.
It's gonna,
I
you know,
know.
it's gonna creep into like your kid, like a kid is gonna like do bad or something. You're gonna be like, you're just like that Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You're
shit."
just like the Grand Inquisitor in Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're just nothing like the animation.
Hello.
But like Hunter and I were talking about it just beforehand.
Well,
I'm
the
not
show
like,
ended, right? The Walking Dead
Yeah,
show.
the show ended, and it
Was it
ended
good?
fucking well. And I like it blows my mind how good it is. It's the best
it's
The Walking Dead
insanely
has
good.
been like ever. It was fantastic.
I
It's
feel
so
like I
good.
should watch it.
I hate to
6
sound like a
episodes.
bitch. I hate to sound like a bitch, but I cried actual tears. Like
I
not
did too.
like, oh,
As
that's
opposed
nice.
to
Like
not actual
actual
tears.
like
I did too. I did twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
It was excellent. It was so good.
Episode 4 and 6, I cried. I think it was 4.
Oh, I know why you cried at 4. Was it the reason why he
Yeah.
gave? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It broke me.
Fuck, man.
That was worse. I cried harder there than
That was
6.
like, I know people have said for so long, give Andrew Lincoln an Emmy. That feels like that's been going around for like since like season 4 of the show. But like, give bro an Emmy. Like, it's
at least a Kids' Choice
unreal.
Awards. Like, jeez.
Kids' Choice Awards, great. I'm sure he'll really appreciate that.
I'm sure Walking Dead will sweep the kids.
He gets
Choice Awards.
slimed.
Yeah.
He
For the
gets
show where
slimed.
literally last episode she went like, a bit of cuss throat out. Like one
Yeah,
of
yeah.
them.
What is the worst thing? Tell me, Rick. What's the worst thing you've ever done to protect someone? I bit a guy's throat out with my teeth. That was fucking hardcore, bro. Like, there's so much. They do this episode like it could have been one of those things that feels really cheap, but there's a bunch of times where like Rick or Michonne says something, and then you get like a really fast 10-second snippet of like big moments that
Like
happen in the
season
main
3.
show. And it's so well done in this. It's like when he asked the question, it's Terry O'Quinn from Lost. He asks Rick, what's the worst thing you've ever done to survive? And it flashes through like every like evil,
Horrible thing.
like every murder that Rick Grimes has committed, chopping people up with machetes and machine gunning people in the back and hatcheting them and whatever the fuck. And like it just flashes through them all really quick and then comes back to Rick just sitting there calmly and going, I bit a guy's throat out with my teeth. And you're just like, yeah, you did, man. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, geez, yeah, you did.
It's so good. It's so, oh my God.
It is really good.
So I'm just so pleased. I'm so pleased. I feel like I'm really winning at the moment. I'm really winning with content.
Are you?
I feel like Obi-Wan Kenobi was the thing that I went, and everything.
And you won't
since has
accept
been-
anything like that anymore.
Yeah, well, everything since I've been like, oh, that was brilliant. I'm so happy with that. Like when you consider the
you remember when they killed Talos though?
my God. Oh my God.
That was thumbnail just gonna be
That was
really
horrifying.
sad Hunter versus Fat Heart.
That feels like if you're listening to this on Spotify, you need to go on YouTube just to
Yeah.
see that. That was
I'm
terrifying.
not even gonna explain it.
That was
Just post it.
fucked.
Just post it
But
with no
yeah,
context.
it was. I don't know. I just feel it feels like a lot of minor stuff and major stuff. Like it feels like Thrawn in Ahsoka was a major thing, and then it feels like Tony Stark in What If was like a minor thing, and then Rick Grimes in this show, it's like I don't know.
What's
The
the
things
next
I
thing?
care
Is it
about.
Daredevil?
It's probably Daredevil. Yeah. No, it's Alien Romulus.
Oh, is it
please
Better
be
Call
good.
Saul 2?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's
Better-
Andor. When is
No,
Andor
I think
come out?
it's Alien Romulus. I'm
that's gonna
needing
be
this. Hunter and I had a big conversation about Alien before this. I think it might be the oldest thing in my life that I still give a shit about.
Oldest came out longest time ago, or a thing
As
you
in
got
like I was
introduced to earliest?
I was the youngest when I experienced. Like I think it predates everything
Oh.
else, and so
What?
like I'm.
Which is it's
Yeah.
weird that it's like the
What?
the
He-
horror.
like, for
movie.
He
me,
asked
it's
me
like
how old I was when I
Spider-Man.
first saw. He asked me how old I was when I first saw like Aliens. I was like, I'm like 6 or something. He's like,
What?
6? Yeah, bro.
I saw Aliens
I can't-
last year.
What? You never seen one in
I've,
theaters?
I've still never seen Aliens.
Do you say?
I just watched Predator for the first time like a month ago.
I've never
You're
seen
a
Predator.
goddamn
I've never
sexual
seen Predator.
tyrannosaur.
You son of
What?
a bitch.
I've
You've
never seen.
never
Yeah, you
Predator.
got
seen
you pushing
Aliens.
pencils.
Me? Oh no, he's never seen Aliens.
You've
I've
never seen
Predator.
Aliens. That's crazy.
I've
I have
seen
like
some-
I have like a few lapses in like
A
judgment.
few.
I have a few lapses in like movies like franchises that I've just never seen. Like Jurassic Park
think
was one
everyone
until
does.
last year where I just watched all of them.
That's hardcore. Like watch Aliens before Jurassic Park.
I think
man.
the
That's-
only one.
I
That
already
really
I
had
already
the
watched
gap-
Jurassic Park, so unless
You
I'm gonna
should check
time
out
travel-
Alien and
movie.
Aliens.
I've
Like,
seen
I'm halfway through the Jurassic Park book. It's good.
I read Jurassic Park.
What's with you in the reading all of a sudden? You read Jaws?
No,
you're reading
reading's
Jurassic
reading's
Park?
hard. Reading's fun.
I'm surprised.
It's not hard. It's
Bro
actually
gets
very
a
easy.
Bro gets a
But-
bookshelf behind him and he's like, well, I guess I gotta read now.
Dude, Nedry's death in the book is fucking hardcore. It like
Is it-
you know how the Dilophosaur.
Which one's
like,
Nedry
spits in
again?
its-
Nedry's
fat
the
dude.
Newman?
Yeah, he's Newman. Yes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
look,
Just say
look,
Newman.
nobody cares.
No one cares.
You know how he gets like spat. He gets spat in the eye, and then it like attacks him in the jeep. In the book,
Yeah.
it's like describing how he like he can't see anything. He can hear it coming closer, and then it's like he reaches down and feels like a warm substance, and he realizes it's his own guts, and then he
Ugh.
realizes that the
Ooh.
dinosaur has his head in its mouth, and it's like the last line is like he had one last like final promising thought. Please let it be over soon, and that's the end of the chapter. And I was like, "Fuck,
Dude,
that
I
goes hard.
read the Jurassic
Hardcore.
Park book before I saw the movie, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
when it was coming
awesome.
out. Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Oh,
but
wow.
like, no, but
I
I remember this is how silly I was when I was like 14. But like Jurassic World was coming out, and I was like, I'll read Jurassic Park, and I had never seen Jurassic Park, and I went into Jurassic
Weird.
World having read the Jurassic Park book.
Weird.
That is
Weird, I
weird.
know.
Why were you that guy?
I don't know.
That is so strange.
Great book though, great book. A lot of DNA math, great book.
I've never
so
seen any.
much.
I've-
So
I've
many
never seen
tables.
any
There's
Marvel
so
movies, but
many
Endgame's
tables.
coming out. Let me read Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
pretty close.
No,
to
that's
it.
that's literally what I did.
I mean,
yeah.
I went on the Jurassic Park ride in Universal before watching the movie when I was a kid.
Why? That's ridiculous.
I
Yeah.
saw Jurassic Park very not like I was an adult. I was like 21, maybe 20.
That's nuts.
So 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
I also hadn't seen the indie movies growing up as a kid though.
I watched
Indiana
the movies
Jones?
growing up.
I saw those as like a teenager.
I saw those when I was like 6 or 7.
JD, I can't believe you will love Aliens, bro. It's
Aliens
a
is good.
bunch of American
Harper,
space marines.
Who does this star?
Michael Bean, Sigourney. Oh, it's a woman.
Yep,
Sorry.
there we
Yeah,
go.
right.
There.
Okay. Why did I say Michael Bean before Sigourney?
Yeah,
Michael Bay.
I was about to say, isn't like a woman the main character?
Bill
Exactly.
Paxton.
Really, he's dead.
Michael Bain.
Michael Bay.
You Brits and your beans. I know it's you just had to mention. it.
All right.
Okay.
Well, to end it real quick.
Oh, no.
This sounds. I have to mention this guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that
Lord.
Sonic Hitler?
Yeah, I have to mention Sonic Hitler for a second.
What?
Wait a minute. Wait,
There's no way that's real.
slow,
All right.
slow
Is
down.
this real?
So
Slow
every
down.
so often on the show, we sometimes end it by me mentioning something about Sonic comics. The 2000 Sonic comics have some really weird, controversial lore.
Yeah,
We have
the
talked
Archie comics,
about
right?
we've talked about genocide. We've talked about SA.
Suicide.
Talked
Yes.
about-
Yeah, just
yeah,
horrible
suicide, yeah.
stuff.
Horrible things that were written mostly by the same guy named Ken.
But all of
Peters.
it pales in comparison.
So Sonic Hitler. This is a guy
Sonic
named
Hitler.
Dimitri, right here.
Oh
And-
my god, what's he saying?
So he, maybe you will recognize what he's saying. He
Does
says,
that say Nazi?
it's in no, it says "Hail Dimitri," but in German. But you might recognize what he says here. He says, "Ask not what the heirs of Dimitri can do for you. Ask what you can do for their heirs of Dimitri."
What the
changing,
hell?
Changing the quote.
John F.
That's not
Kennedy
what you
quote.
can do
JFK
for
quote?
you, but what you could do for your country.
Yeah,
Wow.
a little odd. So
But
his
J-
goal is to
AFK was Hitler?
Sonic JFK is actually Hitler.
So his goal was to round up all the dingoes,
Like from
And-
Australia?
kill them by
Tell them to stop eating babies.
put them
So
in
the
a
dingoes
bunker.
were the
That
Jews?
shit happened. That's fucked up.
Yeah, but he wanted to kill them by putting a sleeping gas in there.
This was Ken Penders.
Yep.
How is
You
someone
read
not
this
like,
when you were like
Yeah.
a kid?
Yeah,
How
when
is
I was like
nobody-
seven.
Hunter was like, she was pretty good.
sent Ken Penders to
So
jail?
Sonic and the gang, they obviously stop him. You know, they stop him. It's okay, but they find something when they stop him.
Oh
And
no.
He is so Dimitri is an echidna.
Yes,
Is it the crystal
Oh,
skull
like
from
Knuckles.
Indiana
Like
Falls?
Knuckles,
Yeah,
yes.
like Knuckles, but not all echidnas are bad. But a lot of these echidnas
No, of course
are
not. Hey,
like,
I would never say that.
I mean, not Knuckles is an echidna.
Yeah, Knuckles is cool.
But you know, some echidnas, they're like forced to follow Dimitri, and they don't really want to. But they
No,
find
I'm
him.
not, I'm not
they were
saying all
just
echidnas are
following
bad, but,
orders.
There's
like,
there's
some-
very good echidnas on both sides.
Yeah,
I've
there's
suffered
good
at the hands of
echidnas
men who were
on both
just following
sides.
orders. Never
So-
again.
Dimitri worked for Robotnik and used swap bots and all these things to.
Robotnik's
Wait,
is
to
Nazi?
deal with-
Robotnik's actually a Nazi?
No. Robotnik actually is very much like when the Joker met Red Skull. It's like, well, at least I'm an American. Like when you
Flew up
realize
to
what was
half the moon, but
happening.
he's like, well, I like
Yeah.
dingoes.
Yeah, basically.
I like dingoes.
But Dimitri went crazy with
And
power.
great bagels.
After taking out the dingoes, he's just like, well, after the dingoes, I should go for like the foxes and then the rabbits and so on and so forth. And he went crazy with power, right? He's just like,
Yeah.
this should be a world of just echidnas and that's it. So eventually Sonic the
When
Game
I'm
stopped
done,
him. And
I will
actually
shred
Eggman
this
teams up with
universe
Sonic.
down
and
to its
great.
last atom.
To its last echidna.
But anyways, they find the base and they find a letter. And in the
From
book,
Hitler.
it's just like, whoa, it's a letter. I guess they're not all bad. And then they move on. But at the end, there's like the letter page, you know? And Ken Penders went like, this is what the letter said. And I will read it
here
right
we go.
here. I might not read
Oh.
all of it. But
Read
I'll
all of it.
Read all of it.
Well, I think you guys will realize what this is when I start.
Is it mine? Is it Mein Kampf?
It says, during Dr. Robotnik's takeover through the roboticization, the swap bots came for the foxes, and I did not speak up because I was not a fox.
Oh
Didn't
my
they-
gosh.
Then they came for the rabbits, and I did not speak up because I was not a rabbit. Then they came for the squirrels, but I did not speak up because I was not a squirrel. Then they came for the hedgehogs, and I did not speak up for I was an echidna. Then they came for me, and by that time nobody's left to speak up, which is a real poem
Yeah.
written during the
civil-
Holocaust.
Yeah. That's horrible.
They just
That's
changed the word
fucking crazy.
They just changed the word like
Yeah.
Jewish people to foxes.
Ken
dingoes.
Penders.
That's crazy. You know,
thought
the
he
worst
was
part of
doing
that was when
something?
you said the worst part was when you said book, and in my mind went of Boba Fett, which is a problem for me.
Yeah.
But okay, you know how in like comics, Batman will just show up to Arkham with a guy and throw him in a cell, and everyone goes, "All right, yeah, he belongs there."
Yeah,
Can't we do
yeah.
that with Ken Penders? And then the cops will just go, "Yeah, all right, yeah, that works."
Yeah. Well, what did
So,
he do?
people
Is it like
Scourge.
Dan Schneider?
Oh,
like, is
okay.
he actually doing like weird shit behind?
I
the
was thinking
scenes?
Dan
Yeah,
Schneider
he
too.
might
He's
be.
We're getting
But is Ken
heavy-
Penders like a weirdo or is he a bad guy?
Is he a pendophile? Or what
I
is he?
think. Well, there's no proof, but I wouldn't.
But
be
you can
surprised.
always-
Oh wait,
you
he
can always
sues
smell
people
it.
a lot, doesn't he?
He does sue
Okay,
people.
we just
often.
got sued.
But
That was a joke. That was a
Don't
pun
upload
on his
this.
last name.
I
called him a
confirmed this.
pendophile.
This is still up. About 2 or 3 years ago, someone brought this up to Ken on Twitter, and Ken responded to.
The Hitler.
He
like,
said,
we go.
"Hey Ken, why did you write this? What the hell?" And
Excellent.
Ken's response
was that tweeted by
was-
Hunter Murray?
Ken's response was, "I find it fascinating that readers back then didn't have a problem over that quote, yet it's all controversial today." And then
Oh.
this person said, "No, that's not cool, Ken. I'm a Jewish person. My opinions are my own. I'm entitled to them. You did not handle this appropriately. This is awful. This is offensive." And he replied
Womp
to that
womp.
person saying,
That
I count-
crybaby out of here.
I count Elliot S. Megan, a famous Jewish author, as a close friend, and he's not offended by it, so you shouldn't be.
Oh my
Jewish
god!
So he's saying, because I have a
Fucking
Jewish friend, so it's
genius.
okay.
I have a Jewish friend.
I have a
Ken
bodega down the
Penders.
street. I have a deli down the street.
That's
So
I've,
you
I've
can't-
literally ate a cream cheese bagel this morning. I'm not offensive.
Yeah, exactly. That's horrible.
That's
what a
amazing.
Fucking nuts.
What does Ken Penders look like again? He looks
Oh,
like
you-
a
Hey,
real
I
I
just
picture him
say-
looking like
doesn't
Dan
he?
Schneider in my head.
This is the best episode of the show.
He looks
I've
just like
loved
Dan
every
Schneider.
second of this. This is
So
crazy.
let me just ask you, because like you were reading this at like literally like what 6
7
to
or
like 10
8,
years
yeah.
old.
Well, 6 to
I'm
like
assuming all this
17.
just went directly over your head, right?
Yeah.
There was no like
Well, when I read this as a kid, this
You were like,
came
"This is
out in
powerful."
like 2004 or something. I don't think I knew anything about the Holocaust or anything.
right.
Like,
You're a Holocaust
yeah.
denier, so it doesn't even exist to you. But
No,
like
no, no.
it's
teach
like
it in
the
your
sexual
country.
assault stuff. Like you didn't think like this
well,
is
back
weird.
then, I mean, like that they don't show it happening, so I just it never
Yeah,
it went
so
over
you were
my
like,
head.
"Oh,
Like, I was a
right."
kid.
Yeah, you loved
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's bad.
That green guy's
Anyways,
a nice guy.
yeah. Like for that specifically, it's just like like I just kept reading because I'm like,
Easy.
that's not good, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Bad guys do
Ken-
bad things, I guess.
Ken
Yeah.
fucking Penders.
Yeah,
The
he's-
balls on him.
that's-
Yeah, he's
Wow.
terrible.
And he got away with it. He's out there.
That's great. And he owns the
out
rights to he owns the rights to the enchillas or whatever the
The
fuck they're called.
enchillas.
The chinchillas. The
Most of the echidnas
The
the
echidnas.
rights to this guy.
He owns
Wow.
the rights to Sonic.
when are they gonna make a solo movie about him?
I was gonna say, can Ken Penders do his own like rival Sonic universe of just his characters?
Oh,
Tommy
he
Turtle
wants
committing
to.
war crimes.
Fuck.
He tweeted like
Turtle.
2 weeks ago because I keep up to date just in case
You
posts
follow
something
him,
weird.
of course.
I
You
don't.
you have
I
notifications
mean,
on,
to
of
be,
course.
yeah, no, fair.
There's a subreddit called FKen Penders that like updates him constantly. But he was saying that he believes that these echidnas that he owns could be a
They're
movie
real.
someday. But it's like no one likes you.
So he can make a movie about Green Sonic, Hitler Sonic, Tommy Turtle, and the Enchillas.
Yeah.
The
echidnas,
echidnas.
It's just still echidnas.
The Chimichangas.
Yes.
Yeah, he legally
I
Wait,
hate
what is that movie
chimichangas.
called now? Three echidnas?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I
Three
mean, like
children.
the panel that you're like
Three scourges. Now
3
that's
war
a
crimes?
threat.
as a kid, like this was the panel, and it's like that
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything to me. They're just
Yeah.
mentioning.
Why do you have that saved to your camera roll?
Yeah, I did. I could
Why do
I
you have
could
that
press
favorite?
save. Could press save, but I'm gonna press share instead.
No. Wait.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
but yeah.
Ken Penders.
Yeah.
Every time I think like the Sonic lore is not going to get crazier, it does.
Yeah, I
Is
have
there
more
like
things
a-
too. I have more
but-
things, but I'm gonna save it
Okay,
for other
so
episodes.
if there's a Sonic Hitler, that means there's like a Sonic everyone.
Sonic,
Yeah.
Stalin,
Stalin? Is there a
Sonic-
Sonic Mussolini?
Mussolini.
There
Yeah.
might be. I don't know if
A
there's.
Sonic Hunter Murray,
Oh,
Eggman's son in the in the upcoming Eggman. miniseries?
Eggman.
He has
yes.
a daughter, but not a son. Like,
Good God.
but yeah,
That's
yeah.
wow.
I have other crazy things, but I'll save
I'm-
those for other episodes.
I am blown away. Is it bad that I kind of want to read like the Archie
yeah,
comics
it's
now?
not
Like,
bad.
no,
like
I-
every
I've-
time he talks about it, like I'm just like,
I've sought out
read
the
it.
Archie comics. I can't find them.
yeah, you can't find him anywhere.
I tried looking for this issue with the Holocaust thing, but I couldn't find it. But I found like hundreds of these
I tried
Sonic
looking for the
comics.
Sonic
It's
issue with the
CGC.
Holocaust
He
thing.
couldn't take it out of the slab.
But I was looking.
Yeah.
There's like a gap. I have like a 30 issue gap where I can't find it, and that issue's in it. So I'm like, damn it, where is it? So I was like actually looking everywhere for this episode, but yeah, no, I couldn't find it. But yeah, like IDW owns the Sonic comics now, and they're actually doing.
They
like
don't
a
do Hitler
good-
anymore.
No, but it's like a great story and everything. They did like a zombie arc that was like 34 issues, but it was really good. So
That's a lot of issues for
Yeah,
That
it
is a
was a-
lot of issues.
it
Can you,
was a
could
very
you
long
possibly
arc.
sustain a story in comic book form about zombies
34
for that
issue arc.
fucking
longer
long?
than
That's-
34 issues.
That's
Well,
actually
they-
like
Wait.
3 years worth of comics that they come
It
out.
Imagine
was,
doing it
yeah.
for like 193 issues.
and it
Yeah.
was like the
You could never do
best. It was like
I'll say
the
right
best
now,
comic
it's
book
probably
Sonic
like an alien or something.
It might have been the best Sonic comic story I've read too. I like binged the whole thing
Look
in 2
at
days. and
you.
I, was
I
like,
mean,
oh my
Putting
what is our-
nostalgia behind you.
What is our ranking though? Like it was slightly better than Sonic Hitler and better,
Yeah,
better
it
than
was-
Sexual Assault. Like
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm like, so this is what happens when you actually make a good story. It's
It was
just
the
making something
stiffest
awful.
piece of shit in a puddle of diarrhea. Excellent.
wow, what a sentence.
Wow, that was good.
A good way to describe a hero story.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
episode.
Hey, speaking of a hero story, you can follow us at a hero
Oh,
story. You can
still
follow
on
Hunter Murray
Instagram.
at Comic Book Hunter. You can follow Josh DeGrazia here at History of the Flash, and you can follow Tyler at Comic Boy, and you can follow me nowhere unless you want to follow my personal
Go
account.
go to Australia and actually follow
And
him.
follow him around. Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
yes,
follow
please.
me. You can follow me around.
You
Yeah.
will see him going for a run and just keep running. He's like Forrest Gump. Just run with him.
Hey guys, just a little side note before we end the show. We doing anything extra?
Hmm?
Coming up? Any extra shows? Any Timmies? Anything?
Eventually,
know.
but we will maybe reveal that maybe next week. When we
I'm
discuss
free
it.
for a
On
week and
our
a half. Someone
Instagram, add a
record
hero
with me.
story.
Okay, well, I'll make another Hot Toys
likely,
video.
but we will continue to discuss it when we make plans and not make plans while recording.
I love making plans while recording.
We
But yeah,
know.
well, I was
We
saying,
know.
yeah. We did actually discuss this past week about bringing back book club, D&D, Timmy's Talk, watch party, and Star Wars. So
I'm up for anything.
Yes, but we have a certain way that we think we might do it, but I don't know if we should talk about that now.
No,
No.
we won't discuss it now. But
Yeah.
stay tuned. We actually did a big plan after JD's dad beat us up mentally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like we
It was
Think
correct.
the hero story. Think.
yeah,
Yes.
okay. So yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining us. I guess you already
Yeah.
did the
Oh,
names.
tell your friends to listen to the
Yeah.
podcast.
To listen.
Send it to
Send 'em
people.
the
Leave a
link.
5-star review.
Demand
And
I
also
also listen to
think-
it at gunpoint.
I'm gonna do this for all of us right now. I don't even know if we talked about this, but I think you guys, if you want to get in touch with us, you could send an email to the herostory@gmail account, and maybe we'll read it. Maybe we'll see.
It's a hero story comics at gmail.com.
Yeah,
or
if you
just
wanna
DM the
say
Hero Story
anything.
account.
Yeah.
One of
or
us is
DM
bound
the
to
Hero
see it.
Story account. Yeah.
Usually it's Harper, so you know
Yeah.
you get in a mixed
A
bag.
hero story has kind of become my it's a default
your
burner
comic
account
account.
for me, isn't
Yeah.
it?
But I will say this: if you want your message read on the show, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and
yeah,
we'll read it.
good idea.
Yes.
And can I please reiterate? Please, someone send in any sort of song, please.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Please, I would love it. We'll play them all on the show, and we will rate them out of 10. No, we'll rate them out of woo, and yeah,
It's the
You know
biggest piece. Of
these
shit.
things. dog shit.
It's the
Organize it
biggest
so
piece
we're
of
not
dog
giving
shit.
so many
That's so
options
mean.
here. If you have any questions, message the Hero Story on Instagram. If you send in a
Mhm.
song, email us at aherostorycomics@gmail.com. If you want your message read on the show, 5-star
Leave the
review on
review.
iTunes or
Yeah.
Simple.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah,
Look at us.
Easy.
there we
Wow.
figured it out. So yeah,
That's
See
It
you
only
next
took us
week, I
4
guess.
years.
5. But yeah, we'll figure it out later. Bye bye.